Hey. What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? I came a day early. I hope you're not mad at me. I got so much to do tomorrow. So, yes, honey, I'll redecorate it. This is so mean. It really is, though. Hey, Miss K today. Hey, always Mimi. Hey, Jennifer. Come on in, everybody. Say hello. What's up, everybody? Hey, Bonafide and YouTube otherwise. It's me, Cmeantit, and I'm back. I'm back with another video. And if you're in here, we're good to go. Yes, what's going on? Hey, DJ World. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a green screen. Yes, we have a lot to talk about. I'm so glad to have y'all here. One moment. Excuse me, I kept seeing that, so we had to take care of that. How was y'all's week this week? I've had a decent week this week. I'm sorry again that I've been so late with everything. I've been in class for the last 2 weeks, and the class was grueling and stressful. So, yeah, everything was kind of late. And as I said, when I did my Real Housewives of Potomac review earlier this week, we can come back and we can talk a little bit about it today. So the way we're going to do this Cmeantit news section, okay, is I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the subjects of the day, okay? And then we're going to you're going to be able to join in. I may even set up my phone for the call-ins. I don't know just yet, okay? Y'all week was decent. Your week was air. I'm sorry that your week was just there. Hey, DJ. Yes, honey. Listen, my moderator for the night, I think I have a couple moderators in here. I hate how this doesn't show me my moderator sticks. Raise your hand if you're a moderator, child. I know Mimi is, and Jennifer, I think you are too. Respect the moderators. The moderators will respect you. We are going to be on some Torey, Lanez, and Megan Thee Stallion. We might get some otherwise in here. We never, ever know how it's going to go down, okay? So, listen, y'all. I want to tell you this. Okay. I'm so serious about getting this video to y'all. I told Brooklyn to turn around. She was 30 minutes away from the house because she didn't took the damn computer, y'all. Okay. So let's have, hey, boo. What's up, Andrew? So let's make sure that we get in here and we discuss and we have a good old time. So it'll be worth it, right? I might even take it back to her. Okay. We just don't, I don't know what I'm going to do for sure. So anyways, you got your drink ready? Okay. Well, I got my drink too, honey. So I am drinking Spellbound, boom, Pinot Noir. Okay. It's a 2016 California grape. And I got it from my local package store, and it was $10.99. I love Pinot Noir. It's the right mix of red berries and dry red berries, you know what I'm saying? I don't like too sweet, and I don't like white wine very often, unless it's just all I've got, okay? I do like Pinot Grigio. I got that mixed up last weekend. I was like Pinot Grigio, and I meant to say Pinot Noir. But y'all, if you get a chance, start indulging in a little red wine. You don't want to get too dry. Just do you a red blend or a Cabernet Sauvignon. You know what I'm saying? Just, I know that a lot of time we like to get to the sweet. I don't know if it's as black folks, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to piss nobody off. I know we like to get to the sweet and to the white stuff, but it's not as healthy as red wine. Well, red wine is better than white wine as far as health-wise. And just open your palate up a little bit. I just want to turn you on a little bit or something. Okay. So, honey, let's talk first and foremost. I want to talk about these P Valley wannabes that I saw on Instagram earlier this week. Oh, did y'all see them? Did y'all see K Michelle and Big Frida? Okay. Why? Okay, so K Michelle told me, so everybody been saying that I look like the girl who plays Mercedes, and she really reminds them of me. And well, guess what? I was like in the running. It was down to me and her to be Mercedes, and they picked her because like my butt was effed up because I had effed it up like years ago, and now they had to poke holes on it and drill it and like take stuff out of it. So my booty was leaking, so my body wasn't right. So I just couldn't do it. Baby, they got the right people, okay? Now, can I see K Michelle playing that part? Absolutely. She's from Memphis and everything, got the accent, everything. I don't know about her. I don't know if the sexiness of Mercedes would be there in K Michelle. What y'all think? Get in that chatter nation and let me know, okay? But they didn't call you, and I'm not trying to be ugly, but why are we talking about it as the season over? And then you want to mention I didn't watch all the season. Well, go get on. What is you talking for? Get on. Big Frida talking about. I don't know if Big Frida go by she, so I'm gonna say he because we look like. Yeah, I think I don't think he mind. Big Frida was sitting up there talking about he was in the running for Uncle Clifford. Nigga, we cool with what the fuck we got. Why was they even up there talking about? They was talking, and I was up there, and it just really, it kind of hurts because this is like a role that is me, and I'm like, girl, this isn't a good look. Did y'all see that? I didn't like it. Okay. Jennifer says, I understood K Michelle being hurt. It's the same as being turned down for a job that you're hoping to get. Okay, but the thing about it is who talks about what they was gonna get? We do hear stories of who was up for this, but don't we usually be hearing who for like 20 years later? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I just like it. Y'all go watch the video of her talking and tell me if you still feeling the same way. Exactly. And honey, that I definitely ain't about to play with K Michelle with no singer trying to act. Y'all know our dogs Beyonce. You know our dogs Beyonce. Okay? They say Kay's got holes in her legs and butt, so that was one of the determining factors in her receiving that role. Yeah, that's what she said. But I don't give a damn. I don't care that. Like, I'm glad that you was up for the role, but for you to be coming on like 2 weeks after the season's over, and I could have been Mercedes. To me, it wasn't hating to me. It was just unnecessary to me. Big Free to go by either pronoun. Okay. Now they put people in these roles because they are famous, but they don't have the acting chops. Then when award season roll around, they're gonna be crying saying racism. No, boo, you just don't have the chops. Exactly. Please like this video. She did say congrats to Brandy, because Brandy is Mercedes, the lady. Brandy Evans is the name of the lady who plays Mercedes. But I love the actors and actresses. Now, Mimi, we're not gonna play with you. Now, Mimi, we've been going through this for a year. You got to slow down, boo. Okay, you guys to slow down. I don't know. She did do well as Martha Reeves in American Soul. Oh, was K Michelle did have an acting gig? Girl, I might have to go look it up. But she needs more experience acting. Okay, well, we didn't already talk about that. Okay, well that it is what it is. K Michelle and Big Freedy, y'all need to shut up, is what I'm saying. Okay, cool. Didn't nobody want to hear none of that. No sex vacation. Let's talk about that real quick. So y'all know I went to Colorado a couple weeks ago with my baby, right? And remember, if y'all are some old head bona fides, y'all some straight up bona fides. Remember how I told y'all when I used to be in this dating world and stuff, and niggas want to go on vacation, they always was expecting sex. And it used to piss me off. And I'll be like, oh, I don't even want to go. Or if I go and I didn't do it, then it was a fight or whatever. Or I felt funny. I just felt under pressure and stuff. Okay, well, I didn't have a no sex vacation. And what tripped me out is a lot of women say, well, girl, if you're going to go on vacation, you might have to do it. No, you ain't got to do it. You don't. You can like find some other things for you and your man to do. Okay, you ain't got to screw. Okay. We had a good time, a real good time with no sex involved whatsoever. Mild kissing and necking, that's about it. But yeah. And I think you should, and I ain't gonna lie. We had a lot going on our weekend and was very, very tired because we drove from Atlanta to Colorado. I ain't gonna act like I didn't want to at certain times, but it didn't happen. Okay. And you too can go on vacation and not screw that nigga. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I'm serious. Like, ooh. Okay. Y'all want me to get into power with Babes into power? I should get into it then with him. Okay, so y'all just want to talk about what y'all want to talk about. I see how y'all do. Okay. If you wouldn't mind, if you got a little Facebook page or something like that, share the video. I would love to have some more bona fides come over here and kick it with us, okay? Oh, shit. Oh, no. I got 10 minutes to eat this on my fasting, even though I'm going to continue to drink this damn wine, okay? Yes, that was a big time job. 25 there, 25 back. And he killed it because I ain't dropped at 8. He killed it. He killed it. I'm so proud of him. Exactly. And honestly, he's more like that. Like, chill out. Because look, look. I'm early 40s. That time in our life, women, so those of y'all who are past 40 or gonna get there, I'm just gonna here to tell you. It's this burst of sexual energy that you get. You'd be just woo, woo, woo. So I'm thinking me 40, him 32. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be, that's a good little mix sexually, right? But honestly, and I hope he don't get upset for me saying that. He had to tell me to back up a little bit, because I was acting a fool. Okay, just like I want us to be really about us and not to be about sex, like not to get caught up in the sex type of stuff, and don't really see each other for each other and make our relationship too heavy sex. You know what I'm saying? I had to be like, damn, I've been talking about that for years, and now he got to tell me. I got a good man, y'all. I really do love him very much. But, and it's been hard for the girl because that early 40s is for real. Now, if anybody out there didn't went through it, anybody out there went through it. Girl, I've been hearing about Douce, that you got to get you some Douce for you and your boo. Okay. Well, our birthdays are coming up, so I might have to get us some Douce. I've been hearing about Douce. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me get off of that. This ain't the video. This ain't the video, but we will have that video. Okay. Yes. Myself a man. Come on, Douce. I had Douce one time when I was on my ass, so I need to ask him if he didn't have Douce before. You want to know why I got Douce? Is because of AT Alien's friend Justin, or I think that Justin Superstar, whatever his name is, Josh. He's always talking about Douce. And I tried it. It's high as hell though. But I was like, ooh, do say up there with Hennessy for me. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And I take it just as that, a blessing. Thank you, Mimi. Gosh, that's his name. Oh gosh. He's changing you. You become more open. There's no way you would have watched P-Valley or even considered watching Power before you were in a relationship. I know. I know because I asked you. It's great. Y'all know I was real uppity and shit. Yeah. There are some changes in me, and I like them though. I like my changes. It's great that you're giving new things a try. Yay, thank you. And I'm glad that y'all are so supportive. I really do appreciate it. Let me put y'all on mute real quick so I can see what he done said. Hold on, what the fuck? Oh. Okay, so I'm through. All right, okay. So, yeah. Uppity is not the word, more like y'all ghetto for watching it. Okay. All right, Mimi. Yeah. You're like, y'all ghetto for watching that shit. Like, I'm watching that shit. Girl, this girl did me like that in class about Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said something like, yeah, I'm gonna do that summer, winter, spring, or whatever. I said, oh, okay, I see you got the I was typing it into the chat. I see you got the Sheree Whitfield going. She's like, oh, I don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was like, okay. Whatever. All right. Now, baby, the Breonna Taylor saga continues. Are we at the point where settlements are the new justice? Is that where we at? Are settlements the new justice behind police force and brutality and police death? I'm thinking so. I think once they get a nigga some money, they're through with it. And see, this is a big settlement. 12 million. Most people don't get past 2 and 3. Okay. And I believe how they gave him that money one week and turned around and didn't charge nobody but the man who did the reckless shooting and shot him and charged him for wanton endangerment. Is that the charge? That's the charge. For shooting the wild bullets into the neighbor's yard, into the neighbor's houses. So I really have a problem with that. I'm going to say something that a lot of people may not really agree with, and I hope that y'all don't unsubscribe or be mad with me because, see, as grown-ups, we all have different opinions, and I'm even trying to learn how to accept other people's opinions. I believe that we be asking for the high charge too much, and that's why we don't never get nothing out of it. Is the goal to fuck up these people's lives that they thought they were going to be able to go on with, rip them from their jobs and their families, and then take their freedom? Or do we have to have the high charge? See, with the Breonna Taylor thing, I was all with manslaughter. I wasn't with capital murder because it was going to be hard to prove. Because even though they were doing things that they were not supposed to be doing, like for one, that warrant that they executed, it had been converted hours before to a not supposed to be a no-knock warrant. Okay, it was conducted at the wrong time of day, 1:00 in the morning. Are you serious? Like, who here? Child said, "Are you serious?" And this damn SIRR came up anyway. And I personally feel that law enforcement should be more yielding to force coming at them, like more not yielding, more, what do you call it? Like expecting a force coming at them than being someone who has force come at them and just wild out, like I feel like these cops did. Okay. Uh, I do understand that the dude in the house, her boyfriend, let off one shot and shot an officer in the leg. But I feel as though the police see, oh, an officer's down, and they just wild the F out. And that's what happened. That's why this girl is dead now. Okay. I feel that if we're going to just talk about the charge first, let me get back on schedule. But we're just going to talk about the charge now. They charge too much. Just like with Zimmerman, just like with everybody else. Hell, I think the only one they charge right that I remember is this Ahmaud Arbery. Okay. You know these MFs is gonna say, oh, my fellow brother was shot down in the leg and woo to woo to woo. I feel like justice has not been served, but I feel like the wrong level of justice was sought in regards to Breonna Ferguson, Breonna Taylor. Sorry, I know somebody named Breonna Ferguson. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen the level of dirt that they have smeared on this lady's name. They've got paperwork out here saying that she was part of a major drug syndicate in Louisville. They've been looking at her ex-boyfriend, that was the one that's in jail, not the one that was in the house with her that night, the one that's in jail. They've been on her house and following both of them for over a year. Every car that they have been tracking him in was registered to her. All of the addresses that this nigga was putting when he was getting arrested was hers. Oh my gosh, ain't no way. Okay. And they got documents showing phone calls. Now, see, I need to hear the phone calls because I don't give a damn about what you typed up and said what the phone call is saying. Okay. Saying that, you know, him in the jailhouse talking to the baby mama about where his money is at, who holding his money, and what's going on, and what Breonna was doing, and this, that, and the other. And I said, oh, hell no. Have y'all seen that shit on YouTube? Let me pay attention to y'all comments real quick. I said, they are investing real time since February into messing this woman's name up. Andrew said he's torn with this case. I know niggas that would shoot a cop. Her boyfriend wasn't that guy. Exactly. I grew up with two niggas that didn't shot cops. They presented all possible charges. The DA can sway a grand jury the way they want it to go. I totally believe Daniel Cameron was behind the low charges. I think he was behind the low charges that stuck. But people sitting up here all mad because they didn't get capital murder. I think they crazy because that's not a capital murder case to me. It's not. It's definitely a neglect case, the way they were shooting and stuff like that, and the amount of shots they took. So neglect is kind of in that manslaughter type area of the water, and I think they should have went somewhere around in the manslaughter charges. I know he wasn't a cop, but he was a play cop. He was a what do you call that shit? Neighborhood watch. But they went after capital murder. I believe the capital murder was not correct because there was a fight that ensued. White people not gonna hear that. White people, and he part of the system. His daddy or somebody was a cop or retired cop or something like that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying what is smart to do when you assess everything that's going on. They went over to Breonna Taylor's house, knowing that old boy was already in jail, the one they were looking for, and they were trying to get her and anybody else still left out there on the street. Okay, while they went that late at night, it's fucked up. While they ignored the change in the warrant, all of this should be charges. Y'all went totally against your own police department's freaking policies. All of this is reprimands, charges, and the manslaughter charges for me. Okay. But they stack charges against black people all the time. I do agree manslaughter should have been charged to get the larger charges. Exactly. Because my thing is this. Now these motherfuckers is walking scot-free. Emailing back into the job. Girl, how many times you done been put off a job you can email back in? See, come on now. And see, I believe that the wrong people are really being charged. I believe that these police that was down there need to be charged, but these policymakers need to be too. If I am the judge and I told your ass that you can't do a no-knock warrant, how the hell you over there doing a no-knock warrant? I want to speak to your motherfucking captain. Okay? I believe there's a lot more other people that need to be charged in this case. Okay? But people always want to have first-degree murder, capital murder. No. Fuck these niggas up for life. Put them in jail for 20 and 30 years. Take them away from their children. Just like these children, these young boys and girls are being taken away from their parents. Mess up their wives' money. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that. Stop going for this capital murder shit because we ain't getting nothing from it. We're not getting anything from it. And now they're going to pay you to get your ass on after your loved one then got killed. Now they're going to pay you. Think that wasn't a precedence. And baby Benjamin Crump, I know he was happy them up because you know he don't get nothing more than $2 million. Okay? They presented manslaughter to the grand jury. They didn't select it. Wait, who are the days? Because the prosecutor presents the manslaughter to the grand jury. And you're saying the grand jury didn't select it. Then you got to watch that shit. Why the grand jury didn't select that? Do you know why, babe? Yeah, they chose exactly. That's why the grand jury chose it. Get off of it easy. Oh, she said she make banana bread. Okay. Ooh, now I want some. We as black women need to be a lot more selective of who we date and screw. Exactly. Listen, y'all. I don't know if I should tell this. I wasn't doing no shit. Wasn't shit in my name. I wasn't doing nothing to help no illegal practices. But I remember I told y'all that I ran up on the fact that I was dating a dope boy one time. It was terrible. Okay, it was terrible, and some shit popped off, and I realized, baby, listen, I got to go. Like, I don't know what he didn't do nothing, but his friends had. I said, I don't know what you got going on, but well, I know what you got going on, but I got to live. You know what I'm saying? I got to live. I went to school too long, and I got to live. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing that I was cool with. Now, people say you are a product of your environment. That was never my environment, so that it was easy for me to do some up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, some people, that's what they know, and they live, and they could be doing well and being an EMT and da. But my thing is, even by what the white cops are saying on the paperwork, she had just started distancing herself from shit. They got her supposedly down calling into the or the dude calling out of the jail to her, basically saying, she said, look, I'm tired of these people coming looking for you. I'm tired of worrying about you. And she was sounding like she was moving on. But see, that's what I said, a day late and $1 short. Then the AG Cameron is a fuck nigga. He's not worthy of being my frat brother. Phi Beta Sigma needs to take his letter away expeditiously. Child, him and that wife he didn't marry, baby. Where's the link so you can call in? Okay, so we're gonna call in after this one since this is a big topic. You have to read my earlier message to make sense of what I was trying to say. Okay, sorry. Let me get y'all in here. So let me get a 1 in the chat if you believe that they charged correctly. A 2 in the chat if you don't believe that they charged correctly. Baby, I'm not going to bail you out of a damn play. I'll go bail you out for a fight, but you know, why that Nina, is that what they call it? The Nina, or is the Nina the gun? Ain't the Nina is the Nina the gun? Or is the Nina the drugs? Somebody help. Okay. All right, there we go. Y'all can join me now. What's the Nina, y'all? I told y'all be on the fringes. Okay, the Nina is the gun. Okay, my bad. You can tap my link and you can come and join in. You can join in with your avatar. I can't vote as the DA gave all the charges. I fought the DA and the grand. Hold on, let me put this up, y'all, so y'all can read it. I fought the DA and the grand jury for not selecting manslaughter as something higher. Mm-hmm. Wait, so you saying that they did have manslaughter on the thing, but the only thing that they were given was wanton endangerment? Is that what you're saying, Kay? That's right. Riding around with Nina, smoking Keisha. Okay. Girl, you know I wasn't really into that. I was like, so I creep. Yeah. And anything you want me to do, I'll do it. That's all I know. When they start doing all that hood stuff, I started getting scared when I was younger. It wasn't until I was older I was like, oh, what y'all talking about? But I'm gonna do it one more time, and then we're gonna move on. Hit the link, and you can have you can put your own picture, or you put a picture of a room. You can put a picture of whatever you want to, and come on and talk to me about this ish that's going on with Breonna Taylor. Did y'all see Bad Girl Riri? Rihanna, she had something to say to the DA. How you gonna charge this? How you gonna how's a woman dead and you gonna charge the person who shot her for the bullets that missed? Uh-oh. Riri just stepped into the kitchen, honey. And you know, some of my friends was like, I thought Louisville was going up in flames the other night, and it really didn't. I really think that until we understand our voting process and start showing our faces down in city council meetings. You'll need to unlock your iPhone first. Look, Wench, I ain't looking for you. Okay. So that we're not going to see any changes affected at all. We're not. Hold on. Let me put this down. Damn, I hate this size. I wish they just had a little bit more. Okay. I personally couldn't keep up with the Breonna Taylor case because of my job. I can't speak the way that I want to, in the way that I feel. And also because I'm beaten down. I'm bruised, but I'm not broken. But this case in particular is so weird to me. As to why they were out there that late, but also as to how long this cover up has been going on, as to the moves that the police were making. Like anybody would know that the level of time that they took to address this, the level of pushback that it took for them to receive, for them to even start addressing this, that something dirty was going on. Some dirt is going on. I don't think it's so much of a cover up. I feel like it's a maneuvering type of thing. And it remind me, put a check by the word maneuvering. We're gonna talk about Megan and maneuvering. Okay. It was the level, the time that reasonable people watch these people maneuver without saying anything to them. Whack. What's up, Andrew Gaboy? You are online with Cmeantit and the Bonafides. What it do, boo?
What up?
We're talking Breonna Taylor and the sham that's going on in her case. What you got to say about that?
I feel like so many times you have these girls trying to be ride or die for these men, and they know that they're doing illegal activity.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I saw, I heard some of the phone calls. I seen that she bailed him out of jail 3 times. I seen that she was renting cars, and I was just thinking to myself, like, there's no way, if you know this man is doing illegal activity, that you should get yourself caught up in any of that. You shouldn't be renting a car for somebody that you know that sell drugs, because ultimately it's going to lead back to you. I don't even think that. I read this book by Sister Soldier called Midnight. Have you ever read The Coldest Winter Ever?
Yes, I read some of it. I never finished it. It's in my closet right now. We
Okay.
actually started reading it on here.
Okay, so she has The Coldest Winter Ever, and then she has like she breaks it off and have like a book about Midnight. And so in the third book, Midnight was he was he killed somebody, and he ended up going to jail. And in the book, he did not contact his mom, he did not contact his wife, he did not contact anybody, because he did not want any of them to have to suffer, or anybody to come at them with anything. They are just totally, nowhere connected to him. And that's how he ran. That's how he felt when he went to jail. And I think that a lot of more people should do that, because oftentimes when, these men get arrested for selling drugs or doing crime, you go, you have these girls that are, working, trying to post bail for you, then they're getting caught up in the stuff that you got going on. I have a friend, her baby daddy. We went to school together, and he went to jail for murder. And the lawyer for his case was trying to get her to go to the court, to show the child, and so the judge would be lenient on him. But when she took her baby to court, the people the family members of the people that he shot, they was taking pictures of her baby. And so I know it's easier said than done, but I just feel like that if you're going to go out there and make that decision that you want to live that life, you have to suffer the consequences alone. And that's just my opinion.
I'm with that. I've watched several like cop and or crime stories where so many women get caught up in these RICO laws and be getting like higher penalties than the person who was actually selling and distributing the shit.
Mm-hmm. And then
What's up,
what
Nikki?
happens
You
is,
online with Cmeantit and the Bonafides? We're talking all things Breonna Taylor. What's up?
Hey y'all.
hey,
Hey.
So I'm listening, and I'm gonna let you finish your point before I speak, Andrew.
okay, I got one more thing. I just wanted to say, because ultimately, let's just say that if you were selling drugs and he was given, let's just say that he was hiding his money with Brianna. Well, then when you contact her, you're gonna lose the money anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Because you're gonna let
yeah,
on that that's where it's at.
yeah, you letting on that's where it's at. So I just think that when you do that and you get caught up in that, you just go do your time. You know what I'm saying? And just let it be, because that's ultimately the game that you're playing.
But a lot of people don't see it like that. They see it like they need somebody with them in the
Yeah,
bullshit.
they get the jail and they get the crime. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You make that better. You don't want to lay in it. You want somebody else to lay in it with you.
Right. What you talking about, Mimi?
So I hear what you guys are saying, and to an extent you are right, but by analyzing this, I just want to make sure we're not playing into the white wing media, because we are we're not us per se, but a lot of those same viewpoints were on Fox. And yes, I agree that yeah, she got caught up in some stuff. But as far as, first of all, they were unmarked cops. They had on no uniforms, dead into the heat of the night, and people are asleep. And then you get one witness that recanted their statement several times until they got what they wanted, saying that they heard the police announce themselves. Now, as a criminology major or anybody that followed the law, that witness is not credible, and that has to be thrown out, because for you to recant your statement several times, that means you cannot be counted on, meaning that we don't know which is the truth. Did you
Well,
hear them or did you not hear them?
well,
And
the thing is,
there were 12 witnesses that said they did not hear them, including the ones that was right by the apartment. But you all of a sudden have this one witness to say, yeah, they heard them. Then let's go on to Daniel Cameron, who has married the granddaughter of Mitch McConnell. Oh yes, all roads lead to Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump. He is the DA. He is the one that presented the case. As far as him doing his duty as a law efficient person, he was supposed to lay out all the evidence and not just what they wanted. But him knowing that Donald Trump had his name on the list for potential Supreme Court judges, yes, this is a big deal, because I mean, yes, this would be good for him and the Republican Party. He has his name on the list that I'm sure that he wants to be on. He even have pictures of him and Trump. He's saying Trump is his hero. Him using the trigger words mob and violence. This is Daniel Cameron's doing, because if I can sit up here as a student of the law and look at what you're doing, knowing that you did a disservice because you are the lawyer for the victims, and you were not trying to get justice for that victim and her family. He was essentially making a mockery of being a black man, and then he gets up there and choke up like, oh, as a black man, I understand. No, you don't understand, because you have removed yourself from the black community with the people you have aligned yourself with. So I solely blame Daniel Cameron, because he had all the facts and evidence. And yes, the grand jury can come up with a decision by themselves, but initially he is the one that presented the evidence, meaning that he probably left evidence out. And I watched the whole press conference, and they asked him, can you tell us the race makeup of the grand jury? And then he's going to say, oh, well, we can't disclose that information because that's personal information, and we don't want anything to get out with the grand jury. That's not personal for you to say.
Yeah, and that's not true. I've seen grand juries be disclosed. Yeah.
That's not personal. He knows that the grand jury was mostly white, and that's why he won't say it. He won't say it because he put that grand jury together, and it probably was a rush job. And he knew that, yes, these officers are white, and with all the slander, first of all, with all the slander on her name, of course they were not going to charge the cop, because these are the same peoples that saying that they following Donald Trump's move. Oh, the law enforcement need to be applauded because they have so much to go through. So I'm sorry. I agree with the manslaughter charge. Like I said in my comments, they stack charges up on Black people all the time. They could have used the manslaughter charge to get the larger charge. And even then, we don't know, but they could have got something. But at the end of the day, Daniel Cameron, you're not Black. I wonder a few weeks from now, if your wife is somewhere out and someone knows who she is and something happened to your wife, will you still have the same reaction? That was somebody's daughter, that was somebody's cousin, sister, or whoever. And I just don't agree with it. And it really ticked me off when he wanted to play the race or his thinking that he's a Black person. You're not a Black person, sir. Because if you were, you would have taken this case and you would have shown it as fair, as the criminal justice.
You would have respected it. Yeah.
The criminal justice say, the mission statement is justice and fair for all. But nothing is fair about this case. And I don't care if she was with Timbuktu and what he was doing. That still is no right for not to get any justice.
That doesn't mean she has to be dead. You know what I'm saying? At all.
So that is my comments, and I'm sorry that I took up all that time. My bad, Andrew.
Stay on. You fine.
Hey,
Tic-Tac, you're on with Cmeantit and the Bonafides. What's up? We're talking all things Breonna Taylor.
Hey, what up, Cmeantit?
What's up, Tic-Tac?
Nothing much. I just wanted to say I think everybody blind to what's really going on, and that the government did exactly right, which is unfortunate. But everybody's looking at the cops, and the cops were put into the situation. So the people that need to be charged were actually the ones that signed off on them and placed them in that situation, because they're the ones that caused this incident. They're the ones that had all the information that pretty much said this is not the right house. The person is already locked up. You don't need to go against this house. Like, they had all that information. They signed off on it, and they put the cops in a scenario to where a cop got shot and somebody died. And that's because of the boss. And they purposely chose the cops to be charged because they knew they could get away with it. They knew that you couldn't charge them with nothing. They knew it. But if you went towards the right person, they would be fucked.
Well, see, that's what I said. I feel like the higher ups need to be charged as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they were in charge of all the surveillance that was going on before. They were in charge of knowing who was where at what time and what this, that, and the other. They signed off on all of this that allowed those cops to go down there that night. And it's like, I just feel like when we get charged up about the wrong shit. I don't know if we're scared to go to go for the right people, to go for the top, to go for the people who actually are the ones instigating these type of things, are the ones that are being the most negligent. But I agree with you in the fact that the bosses that signed off on telling the minions to go out to that apartment that night need to be held accountable too. They already knew old boy was in jail. They are not supposed to be executing that type of warrant after it had got changed. There were other policy, like all other breaches in policy that I've been reading up in articles, that happened that night and that was signed off on. Oh, everybody, y'all can take yourself off of mute.
Yeah, this is that slick. This is that slick rule that they just got away with, because it wasn't even like a true, hidden game behind it. It was pretty much they did it right in front of our faces. They they knew that the guys that we were going to target were not going to be the ones responsible because they were placed in that situation. And it's very unfortunate, but all that stuff was kind of by the book in a way, like as far as reacting to contact. But that situation happened because somebody approved that. And that person is getting away with it right now. And we're looking at the wrong people.
I think that the fact that they want to say that one person heard the police announce themselves is irrelevant to the story. They just want to put that out there to make it seem like, oh yeah, somebody announced, because it doesn't matter if they announce themselves. It matters if Breonna and her boyfriend heard them or not, right?
Right.
So I can hear somebody knock on my next door neighbor's door all day, but if they don't hear it, that doesn't mean that you can just bomb rush in their house.
And here is the thing: a RICO case. If they surveillance this Breonna for a whole year and a change, then they should have knew her routine. If they figured out that, oh yeah, she was holding his money, then they should have. They've been staking out her house all this time. When you stake out somebody's house, you know their routine, you know where they go day in and day out, and if they divert from their routine, they have a backup unmarked car to follow them to wherever they're going. So the fact that you went in there at 1:00 at night, you cannot tell me that they didn't have anybody out there looking at her house before all those cops came. And then when you have a SWAT team, they have one part of the SWAT team to go to the front of the house, the back of the house, and the two sides to make sure that they can cover all sides. So you mean to tell me that you can't see that even if you don't know what's going on in the house, that you can't see that there's no light on, meaning that either they're not there or they are asleep?
Okay.
But that's the
So I
whole
hear
point
what
of
you're saying.
a no-knock warrant, right?
Yeah,
Man,
yes, that is the point. But the point is for you to do a search like that, that you know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm
I
sorry.
mean, we look at that. That's what I mean. It's like everybody keeps looking at the no-knock warrant. We need to look at why that's allowed, because everything they did, again, like it's all to perception. Whether or not they heard it or not is to perception. That's why the boyfriend got off, is because they couldn't prove 100% that he should have known. And so everything that happened, from them kicking down the door, him not knowing who they was, him shooting, somebody gets shot, police shooting back, and somebody died, that's all because this warrant was approved. And that is that 100% is the freaking, is where the focus needs to be on, is that not whether or not these guys followed protocol, whether or not somebody knew what happened. How the hell did this scenario come to happen in the first place?
So let's talk about that. So what do y'all think about that? We are always ready to jump on the actual police that were there, which I do believe that those people should be held accountable too. But do you feel like we are negligent to all that are at fault?
Well, the basis, what they wanted to do with the no-knock warrant is they did want to give people time to hide stuff and things like that, but it wasn't like Breonna Taylor's house was a trap house, right?
Right.
So they knew that it wasn't a trap house. So it was no need for them to have a no-knock warrant there. And I feel like they was going there. They weren't just looking for the guy, right? Because he was already arrested and they still came there. Now they're trying to make it seem like he was arrested 10 minutes before they went into Breonna's house.
No, he had been there.
Yeah, he had already been in jail.
But what I'm asking you is this: Tic Tac is saying, yes, the officers did go down there and get in and do some bullshit, and they were negligent and they did some things, okay? But who sent them there, and why are we never going up to the next level to the people who are supervising these type of people?
Well,
They already
changed the law now. They already
What's the
changed
law
it to
changed to?
where
I'm sorry, I missed it.
you're not gonna be able to just go and do a no-knock warrant to people's houses.
They got to be signed off by the sheriff. I think it's
Okay.
or a cheat. But then it goes
Wasn't it the judge
into
that ain't it the judge that had to sign off of it from the
Yeah,
beginning?
yeah, it was a judge. It was a female judge.
Right. So what's the difference between a judge and a sheriff signing off on it?
the sheriff is the one that's going to approve it before the
Okay,
judge
so
sees
what
it, because the
happens to
judge is
those
just
with
going.
any kind of warrant is they take it to their captain. Their captain then it goes to the DA, and then they say, okay, well, you have enough evidence. Take it to the judge. So that is how it goes.
Right. But what's the difference between a judge signing off and a sheriff signing off? If you go down there and you do some bullshit, as they did in this case, and only the people that's down there that did the bullshit get charged, what about the motherfuckers who signed off on the shit?
I mean, I feel like, yeah, you can sign off on something that doesn't give you the right to just go and. So the thing is, that guy only shot one time,
He
right?
did.
Breonna
Yeah.
Taylor's boyfriend shot one time. It was no need for them to shoot 32 times in that house.
Mm,
If he
mm.
shot one time and y'all keep on shooting, and then the first guy, he had to reload. The one who initially got shot, the first one who went through the door, he had to
Right.
reload. But y'all didn't hear any more bullets coming back at y'all.
Okay, so my thing is this though, but like I want us to go back and focus. Like I feel as though there's a short-sightedness that goes on with the public in these cases. These people who make policy, you should not one person shoot 30. Was it one person who shot 32 times or was it all
It
of them
was three
together?
people. It was so the first guy that came in, he shot 6 times. The guy that was behind him shot 10.
Okay, so they all
It was
shot a
32
decent amount.
altogether.
For
It was
one
32
shot to
altogether.
the leg, for one shot to the leg, the police officer that entered first, they shot 32 times. Is there nothing in your policy that dictates the level of force to be used?
It's called training. They have zero of it. I mean, chances are most of the time when they're shooting 32 times, that's because they turned a freaking pistol into a freaking automatic weapon instead of just shooting like a normal person. They shoot because they're scared, in which case, lack of training would do that to you.
Right.
And
Miss
also,
Kennedy says eliminating the no knock warrant was part of the 12 million settlement. How so, Miss K today? If you'd like to join us, please do that. If not, please let us know how that was part of the settlement. I haven't caught that yet. Thank you.
That was part of the reformations that they did. I mean, they did a lot of common sense freaking reformation. Eliminating no knock warrants, having somebody else have accountability by having somebody else sign off on it. Like that's common sense stuff that she already did. But they did it now in the settlement. So they're trying to wash it away by saying, like, hey, we did the settlement, and you know what I'm saying, we did some reformation to, you know what I'm saying, some policies, and so everybody should be okay. And we also charged this one guy because he was shooting and he didn't know what the hell he was shooting at.
and I think that part of the cover up was that because I watched Daniel Cameron speak. Ain't that the name Daniel, right? I watched him speak, and they don't even know. They never told us which officer's bullets went into hit Breonna and which one killed them. That's part
Right.
of the cover up because they were able to determine which bullet went into the other apartment, but they weren't able to determine out of all of the three officers which bullets actually hit her or which bullet actually killed her.
I mean,
That
but
was
they
part of
even
the
found
cover
that
up.
out.
That's important. That's information that we should know. So
That's what I'm
for
saying.
charging.
So
Yeah,
what
what
I
are you gonna
believe
do with that
is, I
information,
don't
though?
think the boyfriend
For charging.
shot at the officer at all. I don't think he shot into to the officers, because if they were split, that means what there were no lights on. So he was just shooting. That how you know if he shot you in the leg? Because you and your three other officers were shooting back at him several times. One of your colleagues could have shot you in the leg. You don't know. When those bullets ricocheted off of things, you don't know which bullet hit you.
Love the Love says the real question why are question each other and not getting on the DA's ass. There isn't a reason in 2020 we should be going through. We cannot afford to get used to this for our future grandchildren. Okay, love to love. I totally understand what you're saying. Y'all, when y'all text in, when I read, I'm trying to read as best I can, but y'all just take your time. We're gonna be on here for a little bit. Take your time. So let me ask you something. Okay, so now I did think about it, and I understand. So the difference between a judge and a sheriff signing off on a warrant is that a sheriff is definitely like more in tune with what goes on down there. You know what I'm saying? And understands policy more. So I do think that's a good thing. What do y'all think?
It is, but what are they gonna do if the person messes up? What's gonna happen to that sheriff? Is there gonna be somehow a way where they still kind of let him get away with it, or is he actually gonna be held accountable?
Okay,
Hey.
so how do you see a sheriff being held accountable?
I mean, if somebody dies, then he needs to get hemmed up. Probably should be locked up in Leavenworth, and yeah, or lost a job. Definitely lost a job. Definitely shouldn't be able to have another position to where you're allowed to do that kind of work.
Well, I think that what I'm saying, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is like if a sheriff signs off on the warrant and the officers go down there and do some crazy shit, right? Like, is the sheriff in charge of training and stuff like that? Like, at some point, like, when do the policy makers are the ones who need to get in trouble? So, how do we regulate police policy so that we don't end up in these situations? That's what I'm thinking is needed.
So
like the
they
military.
get training at the academy, and
I
the
don't think we
academy
can make
is
it like the
only
military.
28 weeks long. And so this is a thing that I've been fighting for in my classes, is that the academy needs to be longer in their training, because you can essentially graduate high school and go into the police force, and you can go to training for about 28 weeks to 30 weeks. That's not enough training to get you acclimated into the world. So then once they graduate the academy, then they have a veteran officer that's been on the force for a little while to get them acclimated into the real world and how they do things at their department. Now, what happens if that veteran officer is racist and who likes to shoot up people, hence George Floyd?
Right.
Those other officers, two of those other officers had just graduated from the academy, and the officer that killed George Floyd was a veteran. So that, I agree with you. The policy needs to be changed. I've been saying this a long time.
But see, the thing about it, like even with George Floyd, I saw where like the police unions were coming together saying, listen, we have already vetted our policies. We think these are best policies to deal with any community, and we're not changing them.
They need to make it more like a military. I mean, the military can't get away with none of that crap. I don't know how it's impossible for them not to do that, especially if they allowing them to have military weapons and military equipment. They should definitely be getting the same kind of policies, the same kind of stuff that says like you better have exactly a good reason why you pulled your trigger, and almost anything that you do could cause a diplomatic issue, except it's literally in your own country. Like there's more accountability for soldiers outside the country than there is for police inside the country, to where they can get away with killing people and say they were afraid for their lives instead of saying they had positive identification on some crap.
Well,
I agree. I think that's a good idea. I really do think that's a good idea.
but how do you break that blue wall? That's gonna have to. You're gonna have to get the right people at the executive, not executive, but the legislative level.
it would take people actually focusing on the real problem instead of focusing on a smaller scale. They need to focus deeper into what's really going on. I mean, every time we look at these situations and we're looking at, small policies and we're looking at all this stuff, you need to look more into accountability in ways of making you afraid of even expressing your racism, making you afraid of doing anything, making it to where your excuses are minimal into where the consequences are higher. Training needs to be
the
even
House
higher.
of Representatives voted on a bill of qualified immunity, but of course, Mitch McConnell, the Grim Reaper, it's gonna die in the Senate. He's not even gonna take it up for a vote. The qualified immunity would hurt the officers because that means they have to come out their pocket, their pension, meaning when they retire, whatever they just did to Breonna Taylor, it will come out their pension. So that could be a part of it. Because essentially what you have is you have the union saying they're contracted with the Department of Corrections and Criminal Justice. So the unions is why they have these lawyers of the union. They negotiate these officers' salaries and pay grades and pensions. So to break that fourth wall, that qualified immunity needs to be a federal law all around.
Yeah, they definitely need to be going towards their pensions, especially. I mean, it shouldn't be a worry anyways, because they only say it's only a few bad apples, so they won't be losing a lot of money, so they might as well just go ahead and do it, and they shouldn't have any worry about it because, according to everybody else, police ain't so bad, and not that many are doing so much fucked up shit. But once you present it to them, of course they're gonna be all scared about it because they already know what's up. They know what's gonna happen with it. I mean, everything you talk about probably be more utopia, but at the same time, I do agree with the fact that looking at these policies and looking deeper into them is gonna be one of the best ways that we actually get through this. And if we keep looking at the surface, then we're just gonna stay there.
Okay, so hold on, y'all. I'm about to share my screen real quick. So I looked up qualified immunity because I had not heard of it. I'm sorry, y'all have not kept up with a lot of this stuff, but hey, that's why we're here to convene and converse. Okay, can y'all see it? Can y'all see?
Yeah.
Okay. Qualified immunity. In the United States, qualified immunity is a legal principle that grants government officials performing discretionary functions immunity from civil suits unless the plaintiff shows that the official violated clearly established statutory or constitutional rights of which a reasonable person would have known. It is a form of sovereign immunity, less strict than absolute immunity, that is intended to protect officials who make reasonable but mistaken judgments about open legal questions, extending to all officials but the plainly incompetent or those who knowingly violate the law. Qualified immunity applies only to government officials in civil litigation and does not protect the government itself from suits arising from officials' actions. I don't like that though. I feel like it's too. Hold on, let me get y'all back in here. I feel like it's. Hold on. Okay. I feel like it's too. It's some gray area in there. It's prime real estate for the white man to come through with the racism and the discriminatory practices. What y'all think?
See, yeah, it is loopholes in there, but that's a start because if you hit them in that pocket, they're gonna think twice about it because that's what they live for when they're police officers. I think it's 20-25 years, then they can retire. So all that overtime they've built up and they've not gotten paid for, it goes into their 401k. And that's hence their pension. And so yes, there's loopholes, just like there's all these other loopholes in these laws. There's never going to be a law that does not have a loophole, but I believe that's the start.
Why we always got to go for starts though, Mimi? Like for real, like why can't we just have the whole kit and caboodle from the beginning? Like because you have the qualified immunity that's saying, okay, if you didn't know, da 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 da. But where is the policy that you was trained on that your ass motherfucking know? You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no need for qualified immunity like that, or there's no, or the loophole is lessened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the shoot, instead of worrying about their pocket, you just give them the worst freaking. You have to make it to where if a person is dead because of actions, somebody is definitely getting held accountable. I mean, the military, it's Leavenworth. So, like, and that's just it. That's what everybody fears. So, the police need that same thing. It wouldn't be your pocket; it would be your life. You know, you losing your life. I
Your
think
freedom.
yeah, your freedom. Losing your freedom would be the worst. You know, what I'm saying your worst case scenario, and you have to make a policy that says that. Man, shoot, and that there has to be policies around that set up to where there's no reason for these scenarios to come up. If you're saying that you're always afraid, then you need more training so that way you're not so scared. If you're too angry all the time and you can't be calm, then you need more training. If you turning the pistol into an automatic, you probably need more training. Like all these things.
I get what y'all saying, and I agree. There shouldn't be a start, but at the same time, this is why you need Black people in the criminal justice system who are wanting to be police officers. Who you need Black people as lawmakers on the House of Representatives, in the Senate. You need people at the top level of lawmaking. We can talk about this all day long, but if Black people are not in these areas, we're not going to get anywhere because it's just going to be the same thing. White people are going to dominate this area of law and criminal justice. We need Black people, and I know Daniel Cameron is not a great example, but you need Black, just like we vet our doctors and we go on Yelp and look at the reviews for our doctors. We need to look at the reviews of our presidents, to our judges, to our lawyers, to our DAs, to the attorneys, to the public defenders, all the way around. And then we could have a fair and criminal justice system. And then we can have proper reform. But until then, we're going to keep going around this merry-go cycle.
Okay, I feel like we have discussed and made good conversation around the legalities and the punishment phase, or holding account things that we think should happen to hold people accountable in these cases. But can we run back to what we were talking about earlier? And Tic Tac, I'd like for you to join in too. Andrew, if you out there, get back on, dog. Let's go back to how Breonna found herself in this situation from the beginning. The ride or die chick. And I want to go from there and speak on that and kind of like run that into this Meg Thee Stallion type of shit. Okay? Conversation about Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. So I don't know if we can say Breonna, I don't think we can say Breonna was a ride or die because she was getting out of the situation, it looks like. I feel like Breonna just was involved in some shit that she shouldn't have been involved in. And I feel that it has a lot to do with your environment. Oh, here's Andrew right here. Let's talk about that. I feel as though...
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Well, you are kind of low.
Okay, let me get my other headphones.
Okay. What are y'all thinking about the whole... Okay, all Black women are not going to be able to marry up. They're not going to be able to... It's somebody for everyone. You know what I'm saying? So there are going to be chicks that fuck with doughboys. You know, it's going to be dudes that deal with dough girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when I was in Texas, the girls was running the streets in South Dallas. Okay, so
Hold on.
For real,
know-
it's somebody
you
for
know I'm from
everybody.
Texas.
You know what I'm saying? So I hear a lot of discussions talking about Black women. We have to have more respect for ourselves and da 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 da. But what if that's just your judge? That's just what you do. Like that's what you're attracted to. That's what you get into.
I feel like she got caught up. Honestly, I feel bad for her, but she got caught up,
Yeah.
and I don't. We see a lot of girls that want to go after doughboys and do stuff like that, but I just feel like we don't never see the downside of it, or we haven't seen it to that detriment, right? We see them lose everything, right? But we've never seen it to where they could just come in and kill you.
I feel like this.
And I don't know how long, but it doesn't. She must have been cheating, and I don't want to talk about her like that because she's deceased, but she had to have been cheating on her boyfriend that she was with now because she was just talking to the other boy in January. The phone conversation that I seen, he was in jail in January, and she had a phone call with him, and she was telling him that she loves him from the phone call that I heard, right? So she had to have been cheating on the boyfriend that was shooting at the police, which is probably why they got the story confused, saying that the guy that was shooting was a drug dealer. But there's no way you can get that confused because if a man had a record, he wouldn't have been licensed to carry.
Right. I feel as though this is a telltale lesson of being a day late and a dollar short and involving yourself in some shit that never ends good. And you thinking, I'm about to get away from this, I'm gonna leave it alone, and it's too late. Her mama even said she just had turned a corner. And I feel really, really bad for her mother because her mother was so hopeful for her daughter. And I got my baby. And she was so hopeful for her daughter. And then this happens with her not being around any of that element. It still came back to get her. And I think that's the heartbreaking part of this story. I don't think the police violence is the most heartbreaking. For me, the most heartbreaking of the story is that this girl was trying to move on and her past came to haunt her.
But she was signing documents. She bailed him out of jail. When you bail somebody out of jail, you can pay a little bit extra money so that the bondsman can be the people name on the information. She didn't have to put her name on anything to do with this man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no, you don't have to be. I just wouldn't. I know so many of my cousins that talk to men that sell drugs and treat them bad, but every time they go to jail, they're looking at it like, oh, this is my shot to get back in with them to show that I'm down or I can do this. Girl, you got kids, And I don't know. I just feel like she got caught up.
Let's move. Okay, so we're talking about the ride or die chick. Let's talk about Meg. So we all know that.
Well, that applies to Jay too, right? RJ too. RJ is a ride or die chick too, right?
Who?
RJ.
Who? Oh, for Andrew Gillem. Oh shit. Which one y'all want to talk about, Meg or Andrew?
No, I'm
Gillem?
just saying they both are ride or die, right?
Yeah. RJ's ride or die too with her little ugly self. Now let me not say that. I rebuke that in the name of the Lord Jesus. I'm sorry, Jesus. Okay. But Meg, real quick, we'll get to Andrew. We'll round up the live with Andrew. So we see that Torey told everybody he was gonna do a live. He got something to say. He been quiet. Woo. And yesterday he gonna come live at 9:00. Child, I went to his page. He said 9 p.m. PST. I said, nigga, please. I'll holler at y'all in the morning. PST, Pacific Standard Time. Don't think so. So I wake up this morning on the case, like I was okay, I got to see what Torey and them was talking about. This nigga then released a whole fucking album. Oh, he ain't going live like Meg did. Oh, he ain't coming to talk about what happened. Well, he didn't release the album. He got everybody on pins and needles. Think he gonna tell what happened that night, clear his name up, and he didn't release the album. In the album, he goes from talking about how Meg been lying, her team been lying, and she know good and well what happened, and he didn't really shoot her, and how the hell if you got shot in your foot, ain't no tendons and whatever else is in your foot fucked up, and then go to saying I love you still and I want you back, baby. And I mean, this nigga was crazy as hell. Then he dissed like 85 to 1 million black women in all these different songs that he came out with. Talk about niggas who was supposed to be his friends, they ain't his friends. They done kicked them off of they damn tracks, and wasn't nobody trying to listen to the track anyway, bitch. Well, nigga, what you mad about being kicked off the track then for? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me do something real quick while I'm talking. Hold on. So, what you mad then for? Okay, what you mad then for? If she wasn't going, if wasn't nobody gonna watch her damn videos and wasn't nobody gonna listen to her music, you know, what you mad about getting kicked off the track for then? The nigga came back in a real effed up kind of way. You know what I'm saying? To talk and tell his side. This is how he felt like he wanted to tell his side of the story. Do I believe that Torey Lanez should be able to tell his side of the story? I absolutely do. But I feel the way that he went about this was all wrong. Again, somebody signed off on some bullshit for a nigga to go do some bullshit, okay? And I feel as though Torey Lanez did more damage with this fucking album than he would have by just one, being quiet and not saying nothing, or two, speaking before this court date that they got. Either way, those were better than coming out with this album. Now, I'm not gonna talk about the music quality, you know what I'm saying, because that's not really what the album wasn't about music quality. The album was about exposure and clowning people and letting everyone know what was been going on behind the scenes. So we're not gonna talk music quality. And anybody who's sitting up here talking about music quality when that's not what the nigga's purpose of releasing the album was for, it's a clown. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. Let's talk about what the fuck the nigga did. So, bitch nigga, why are you coming out talking about in this climate with all this say her name, black men need to take care of black women? Why did you come out with a album dogging all these black women, clowning and doing all the shit you was doing? Something's wrong with you, bro. You mentally disabled, okay? And I feel as though he totally fucked the rest of his career off with this. The shooting is one thing, but this blatant disrespect for the climate and the atmosphere is another thing. Y'all thought he was canceled off the shooting. To me, this is high level of this is immediate cancellation. Okay. Mm-hmm. I feel as though I'm 40, I'll be 41 in a month. Well, a little bit over a month. I don't give a fuck about Meg and Torey. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, okay? But since everybody talking about we here, okay? I don't give a fuck about Meg and Torey, bitch asses. But I'm gonna tell you this. I think both of them is fucked up in this situation. I believe Torey is definitely someone who needs some kind of help. He has little man syndrome. And I believe that Megan then told some kind of lie somewhere. She's confused the whole situation up. I'm not believing neither one of them. I'm inclined to believe cops at this point because it's so fucked up how they done brought everything to us. That's how I feel at the moment. I'm gonna let y'all talk. Y'all ain't got nothing to say?
Can I talk? Can you hear me?
So,
can you hear me?
I just want to. Oh, sorry, Andrew. Sorry, Andrew.
Okay. Hey, it's fun. I didn't know that y'all can hear me or not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Go ahead, Mimi.
Okay. So I just want to say, this is, I know earlier a couple of weeks ago, people was dragging Chris Brown in this situation. This is not a Chris Brown situation because, first of
It
all,
reminds me of it though.
although I mean violence against women, and yes, I'm a feminist, so I don't condone violence against women. But the simple fact is, Chris Brown took responsibility of what he did. He did not come out with an album just like Torey just did. First of all, I ain't even listened to the album. I've just been hearing people talk about it. I don't want to even listen to the album at this point. With Chris Brown, he showed his remorse. He did a performance and he literally broke down on stage and had a panic attack about it. Well, that's my point of view. But I think Torey, I think he thought that this was going to give him album sales and then for people to run and ask him for an interview, and he didn't read the room. But listen, this is a day after Breonna Taylor did not have any justice, and we're saying protect the black woman, and then you come out with an album like whatever it was. Read the room, sweetheart.
I think that, okay, first of all, I think that Megan tried to benefit off the situation first, right? Megan, if she got shot, she didn't go, she waited for a while and said that she got shot. She waited for like 2 weeks and said she got shot. Then she said, waited about 2 weeks and said that he shot her and was mad on live crying, talking about, well, not really boohoo crying, but like saying support black women, support black women. But you didn't even tell the police, right? You didn't tell the police. And then your excuse is, oh, I didn't say nothing because I tried to spare that nigga. I tried to spare that nigga because if the police would have found out it was a gun in the car, everybody in there would have got shot. That happens sometimes, right? But not all the time, right? If somebody shoot me, I'm telling. Period. You know what I'm saying? How are you mad at us?
But you know why she didn't snitch though? Because of the no snitching rule that black people have, especially in hip hop. That the no snitching rule. Because you a snitching, so blah blah blah. Like
but
I literally saw.
But that's not what snitching is, though. That's
I know, I know what it is, but I literally saw thousands of comments of saying, "Oh, if you telling him you're a rat, this and that." So, not saying I'm not saying that. I'm saying she should have said something, but at the same time, I can see why she didn't, and I'm no way of blaming the victim. Yes, she, of course, she benefited off of it because she's a celebrity. Of course, you're gonna get some benefit out of it. But what nobody's really talking about is her ex best friend or whatever she is to her now, Kelsey. How did it get from Kelsey and her arguing to her getting shot? Why is Kelsey not coming out saying anything? Because it was 4 people in the car. So Kelsey and the other person, why y'all not coming out saying what really happened?
Snitching, the people get snitching confused. They don't know what snitching is. Snitching is if me and Mimi went to go rob a bank,
right,
and Mimi get away and I got caught, and they ask me who I did it with. And I say Mimi, and they don't have no ties to Mimi. They don't know who she is. And I say Mimi did it to give me a lighter sentence, right? Or to give me, that's snitching. You telling, my whole thing is,
well, snitching is also.
Well, see, I know.
Snitching is also if I see some shit go down and I go down to the police officer, or they come get me, and I say, "Oh yeah, I just saw Mimi and Andrew."
That's not considered snitching. That's not considered snitching.
It ain't.
No, when the snitching started off in New York, that's when the term came up in New York. But that's not considered snitching. But people tried to make it seem like that was snitching. What I'm saying is, for Megan to not tell the police and then go online and tell everybody else, it seems like to me she was doing it for clout. In my opinion, we're not gonna act like black people don't look at getting shot as a badge of honor, right? What I think that he messed up in doing is, you can't you can talk about what happened between you and Megan, right? But you should have not talked about those other girls who said something about you shooting, because you're the one who failed to defend yourself over a long period of time. That's why they said anything, right? If soon as she would have said that you shot her and you would have been like, oh no, I didn't shot you, you don't remember what happened or something else happened, then nobody would have been able to make the assumption that you did something to her, right? So you can't get mad at those girls you can't get mad at the world for saying something or having an opinion about it when you didn't even try to come out and defend yourself in the first place.
Hold up.
Right? Am I tripping?
I'm trying to think through it. Go ahead.
Like Cash Doll, Asian Doll, all of these people had something to say about it. Bun B, Rick Ross, all of them had something to say. And you involved them in your album. Well, not Bun B and Rick Ross, J.R. Smith. You involved all of these women in your album, talking bad about them, JoJo, all of this. Well, not really talking bad about them, but you're upset with them for taking a side in a situation when you never put your side of the story out. So if you don't ever put your side of the story out, we're forced to believe what Megan is saying is true, right? It's been over a month now, probably longer than that.
I thought she got shot in July or something.
Well, it's been over 2 months.
Yeah.
Right? So you would have been, you're right. Releasing an album was a horrible thing to do. You should have did a sit down, tell all interview about what happened that night.
Mm-hmm. Cause now it looks like a money grab and cloud chasing.
Well, so does it look like that for Megan as well? Like, was Megan supposed
to me, I'm not with Megan, all this turning around and changing the story. And I did that. Then it took you 3 weeks to go, 3 or 4 weeks to come out and say, oh, well, I was just trying to make sure that he didn't get shot by the car. Bitch.
Girl, you wasn't worried about it. And then listen, people try to drag me on the shade room because when she said with that, I didn't want him to get shot. And I'm like, that's stupid. You're mad at us saying protect black women or defend black women, but you never said that he shot you at first. You got mad and said that he shot you.
She was playing the game. Look, to me, what I would say to Megan is you play a stupid game, bitch, you get a stupid prize, okay?
You got mad at people saying that, and then you told that he shot you, and then you said that you tried to spare him. You spared him, but what the fuck you want us to do?
Yeah, like
you wanted to spare him. What you want us to do?
Flowers and candies and everybody's good words and stuff like that. And it's like, girl, what exactly are you taking all this stuff in for? Like, you basically didn't even defend yourself.
Yeah, you didn't defend yourself, and you want us to defend you. And then people online was like, well, if you don't understand, she didn't want him to get shot. She didn't want him to get shot. The police would have took him to jail and killed him. First, you don't understand what Black Lives Matter is for. Black Lives Matter is not what I think that a lot of black people are lost, right? They feel like we can do crimes and we're not supposed to go to jail. No, Black Lives Matter mean that we should be able to go to the grocery store without being followed. We should be able to walk home without being chased down by the police or a neighborhood cop person and being killed. That's what Black Lives Matter is about. If you do a crime, your ass should go to jail. Right.
So
what I want to address, hold on, what Miss K today says. She says, stop blaming the victim, or are we saying she's not a victim? I am not into Megan right now, Miss K today. I'm not into her whole stance that she's taking on this whole situation. It's too many wordplay going on. A victim stands in what the fuck the truth is, tells the fucking truth. Don't be playing this motherfucking eeny, meeny, miny, mo game. And I don't believe that just because we black that we have to support every fucking black woman, especially when she's confusing. I disagree. I think that we should, as a victim, then you need to be a fucking victim and tell what the fuck happened. You cannot be a victim and we have to guess what the fuck happened to your ass. Mm-hmm. I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that she is a victim, but I also can understand where y'all coming from as a celebrity thing. Because yes, because of the height of the shooting and stuff, that is what made the Trash WAP song hot, because of course Cardi B got Megan on there, Megan got shot. So yes, she did benefit from it.
Everything you see of Megan now is her benefiting on her getting shot.
I
Point blank, period.
I believe she got shot. To the point is, I think it goes back to what we discussed probably a month ago on here about her not having the adequate people in her life to tell her how to show her how to move. Now she see all the glance and glitz, and of course it's a money game. She's still gonna be hot. Now that he came out with this album, it's really gonna benefit her. I really wish that Meg, because I like her, I really wish she would have just stayed. She would have just cooperated. She would have just stayed silent and just did a whole interview instead of going off on people on IG, because either way it goes, you're gonna have, now you have people saying, oh, like they were saying at first, like, oh, she didn't get shot, and then she had to show her bullet wounds or whatever she showed. You know what I'm saying? And I do agree, but the levels of victimization, I mean, is different for other people. So I'm not gonna say she's not a victim. I'm just gonna say her being in the public eye makes her more susceptible of playing this thing up and keeping it going.
Well, first of all,
this is my thing. I feel like she may be a victim, but she didn't represent her victimization well. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I feel like it was too much wordplay. It was too much. Even when I looked at her videos and stuff, it was too much drama. Like if your point was, hey bitch, I done got fucked up, this nigga done shot me, then that's what the fuck it should have been off top. You know what I'm saying?
She said that she was shot in both feet. Now it's only one foot.
And then you a victim, but then if you was shot and he meant to shoot you, then how was you walking? Like,
you cannot
I
make
always
me
wonder how she was walking. You can shoot somebody pinky toe off and they fucked up. They can't even walk. They're gonna tip. So I don't understand how you know what I'm saying? The shit just don't make no sense. It don't add up. All this coming back and adding more, coming back and adding more. I'm sorry. Juries don't go for that shit either. Like whatever you said down at the police station, bitch, you better be saying the same fucking thing on this damn stand, or you gonna look funny. I don't think that we are dogging her out. I think that the way that she presented her victimhood was squirrely.
I think that the way that she presented her victimhood was for clout, and ain't nobody gonna be able to convince me. Now we see Megan everywhere, and we're not gonna act like you don't get a hood card or a black card because you've been shot. Oh, you don't actually been through something. You know what I'm saying? We could scratch that up. I'm real now because I don't survive the shooting, right?
And then can somebody tell me who the fuck is over at Time making Megan Thee Stallion one of the most influential people? Like, I mean, I get it. I guess that's inclusion. I don't know. And if you think that nigga did not hurry up and release that shit once she hit Time to get back at her, y'all crazy.
I'm sorry that she got shot, right? If she got shot. At first it was 2 feet, then it was 1 foot.
That's where I'm at with it right now.
You what?
I'm sorry that the shrapnel from the gunshot hit her, because that's where I'm at right now.
So you don't think that she was shot?
Purposely shot her. Do I believe that he has beat other women in the past? He has little man syndrome, yes. But I feel that what I saw her doing, tipping and walking away, I feel like that was shrapnel. Now I watched Wiley's show earlier. And somebody was saying that they think that all of them was arguing. It was some jealousy type shit going on. And to stop everybody from arguing, the boy let off some shots and she got hit by the shrapnel. Do y'all know what shrapnel is? That's like pieces of the bullet. Or pieces
said
of
that he intentionally shot her.
Go into you.
She said that the person who shot her on purpose. They tried to shoot her, is what she said.
Didn't she say that?
Yes, she said that, but I'm not
Well, what I heard was initially was Kelsey was messing with Torey on the low while Torey was messing with Megan. Whatever it came out, her and Kelsey got in an argument. I don't know what Torey and the other person was doing at the time. However, it exploded. She got out the car and then he shot her or whatever. But the argument initially started about Kelsey and Torey fooling around.
Well, that's not true. He said
But
that it started about him trying to talk to Kylie, him flirting with Kylie. They was at Kylie house. He was flirting with Kylie in the pool. We seen the part of the video where Kylie and Megan was taking pictures and he tried to come and get over there in the water and she told him to back up. So it started with him flirting with Kylie. That's what the argument happened. That's where it started at. What I heard before that though was that he was flirting with Kylie. Megan got mad and they was in her house arguing. And Kylie told them they had to leave. And that's when everything got started.
Miss K Day said, "This is sad, but hey, it's par for the course for a Black woman." I really don't believe that, Miss K Day. I don't believe that because we are Black people that I do believe Black women are the most disrespected in the United States, probably in the world. But I don't believe that just because you're Black, I gotta be on your side, and you're a Black woman that I gotta believe what you put. I gotta pick up what you putting down. I do not believe that.
Not
And
your
I'm not
bullshit.
saying that the lady didn't get shot or shot at or shot around. I'm saying that I don't like how the lady moved. I don't understand how anybody can question me questioning her the way she moved after this thing. It's very hard to believe that it was intentional because of the way that she moved afterwards. And she's saying, "Oh, I didn't say anything because if the police heard it was a gun in the car, they would have came blasting and stuff like that."
My question is, do he have the, but my thing is, are you guys upset that he's defending himself and saying that he didn't shoot her? I mean, he has the right to say, I didn't shoot her, right?
No, I think he has the right to come up and tell his side of the story.
But
I don't
from
like how
online, it
I
seems
just don't
like,
like the way he
oh,
how
he a clown. He a clown. You know what I'm saying? He did that, but none of us was there.
So I don't have a problem with him coming out defending himself. I have a problem about how he put it out. Because you're on this album, okay, there's one thing for you to talk about the shooting and what you and Meg had going on, but you involved all these other people. Of course, I mean, everybody had their opinion just like everybody else, but you could have let them out. And if you really wanted to, if you really wanted to give your side of the story with this being 2 months, then you should have sat down and did an interview. But can you please read the room, because we are hashtagging saying her name and talking about the Black woman, and we're having Black women speaking their testimony, and then you come out and do this, and then you really thought 24 hours after everybody is talking about Breonna Taylor and the Black woman and all this other stuff, that 24 hours, essentially you just, puns, we're gonna play on words. Essentially, you just shot your own self in the foot, because this don't look good for you to be displaying it how you did. If you're really innocent in what you're saying now, because I ain't listened to the album, like I'm listening to y'all talk about the album now, it makes me feel like you're guilty, because now your back is against the wall and now you just spazzing out instead of letting the investigation play out, and you not even doing PR, but actually sitting down and talking it out rationally with someone on an interview, so where they can ask you these questions without you thinking you can get clout out of the situation. That's my opinion.
I don't think that we were picking apart what Megan said. I think that Megan said that he shot her, and she was telling why she didn't tell the police. It's no doubt in my mind that something had happened to her foot, right? I'm not saying that he didn't intentionally shoot her. I was not there. What I'm saying is, if somebody you're mad at everybody, and you're saying support Black women, but you didn't support yourself. What do you want us to do when the police was there? I do not believe. Yes, I do believe that police violence happens. I do believe that, but I don't think that every time a Black person has an encounter with a police officer that we're being killed, right? I think that if the police saw her limping like she was, and she would have told them that she was shot, that they would have done something about that. But I'm not gonna be worried about. Why would I be worried about or trying to spare a person that shot me so he could come and finish the job? Like, I wouldn't. Even if they did kill him or take him to jail, I wouldn't care what happened to him because you harmed me. Why would I care about that? Why would I care about you? Am I tripping?
I'm sorry, I was doing something on the side. Say that last 3 sentences. What was you saying?
I said that Miss Katie Day said that we were picking apart what Megan said. And she said it was a double standard. And I said, I don't feel like that we were picking apart what she said. She said that she got shot. It's no doubt in my mind that she got shot, or she thinks she got shot, or something happened. What I was saying is how Megan she changed her story, and then she came and said that we need to support Black women, and she spared him. What I was saying is, yes, there is police brutality, but we're not going to act like every time a Black person has an encounter with a police officer that we're just being killed, right?
Yeah,
I felt like she was trying to play up.
You articulated that well. Thank you.
She was trying to play up the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and as her saying that, I didn't tell the police, but I'm gonna tell y'all. He shot me, and he shot me on purpose, and I didn't say nothing because, he would have killed everybody in the car. That's not. I don't believe that.
Right.
I just don't believe that that's what have happened. And why would I spare a person who shot me in my foot so he can come back and finish the job? Like, why would I spare you?
Right.
I'm not sparing you and you shot me.
Desi Mariah says they don't want to see any Black person arrested. Baby, you shoot me, I'm gonna need you in the jail.
I want you dead.
You want him dead?
I want you dead. I want my ankles. I want all my toes. I want all my fingers. I don't want nothing done to me.
Well, look, I feel like this. I feel like it took you a month to come and say, or 3 weeks to come and say, oh, I would. It's like whoever is advising her.
She over there with Rock Nation and they do dirty shit.
Well, they advise. First of all, to me, she ain't doing no. It's like she don't spend no time with Beyonce, because Beyonce wouldn't have been talking about none of this shit. Okay, but my thing is, I feel like when she took so long to come and say, "Well, I didn't want him to get arrested and the police to see a gun," and I'm like, who took that long to come up with this bullshit? You know what I'm saying?
No, the person she should have been really talking to that was somebody that was in her.
You might miss today. I'm sorry that you that we're not echoing like your sentiment, but you're always, you a long time bona fide. So good night, boo. We'll catch you on the next conversation, okay? Go ahead, Mimi.
No, the person that I was just saying, the person that she should have been asking for advice in this situation was Breonna, because Breonna was in the same situation.
Right.
Well, it wasn't a gun, but I'm saying, as far as violence against women and her being a celebrity and her victimization being all over the internet and stuff. I really think she should, because Rihanna made her she's a part of Fenty Beauty now. She should have reached out to Rihanna and asked for the advice. But I mean, that's just me, because now that I'm a victim of violence against women, I need to find somebody else that I can channel my feelings about this situation, my statement to the police, or any just self-doubt or things like that. I think she's like I think a lot of people that I was watching said that she shouldn't have just talked about it at all. But of course, that was the peer pressure of the internet. She was reading the comments. I believe she should have taken more time off the
To
internet.
think about it and
Yes,
formulate what her stance
because
was on the situation.
yes, like
Right.
don't even get on the internet. I mean, because this is something like we're like Andrew just said, we don't know what happened. We was not there, and so I cannot channel the pain of you getting shot and how it all led up to it. But I think she should have taken more time out and gotten healed, and essentially she needs therapy. Now, hold on,
I think so
the
too.
psychology
So let me
person.
say this. I want to say this. I am pro-black woman. I'm pro-black man. I'm definitely pro-black family. Now, y'all know that for years. I've always said that. My thing is though, at the same time, that just because I am not one of those people that just because you're black that I'm all in for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be right in the situation too. And my thing is, I believe the lady was harmed. I believe the lady was injured that night and injured by something that Tory Lanez did. Okay. But what I don't like is how Meg came to speak on it. Okay. To me, she did not. To me, I feel like it is a movement right now. It's something in the air that's all, oh, say her name, let's support black women. And people are just running up on this without realizing that the lady has kind of mixed words, AKA lied a little bit about this shit, went back on stuff and came back. I just don't, just as a person to person, not even black woman, person to person, there's ways that Meg has moved in this situation that make me feel like I'm still missing something. I'm not going to say that she is a liar or whatever. I just feel like the pieces have not been laid out well enough for me to make any judgment on either one of them side. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like until they go to the court, I feel like I can't believe now one of them. So don't get mad at me because I'm not supporting the black woman, because I don't support that black man either. Okay. So now you done made me have to go to the white man and see what the paperwork say. Yes.
It's not that.
Got me having to go have to listen to what the white man has said happened between you motherfuckers.
But I don't know.
Y'all did that shit was fucked up. The way y'all came out with this shit was fucked up.
I don't know if I believe that he didn't. I don't know if I believe that he did anything to her. He said that he didn't shoot her, right? All we know for sure is that there was a fight that took place, right? She was upset with him for trying to flirt with Kylie, and that she ended up shot. She said that he shot him. He said he didn't shoot her, right? But I'm not upset with Meg. I feel like Megan was trying to capitalize off of it, right? But I'm not upset with her for saying that, because if it happened to me, ain't nobody gonna tell me not to talk about it. I'm telling you what happened to me as soon as it happened, and I'm gonna talk about it for the rest of my life if I want to, right? Because it happened to me. But what I feel like is that she's trying to capitalize off of it.
I felt like she wanted to get out in front of it.
What do you mean?
Like, I think she wanted to tell her story first, her side of the story first. But the thing about it is her story kept growing. Like, even in any court of law, when you keep adding and adding and adding black woman, Puerto Rican, Haitian, motherfucking Guamanian, that don't look good. Period. When every time you come there, you got an extra piece of the story, that don't look good. If you're going to talk about it, you should talk about it all, is what I'm saying. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And then when you talk about, like, Torey, like I said, he's a clown for what he did today or yesterday. I feel as though Megan played, I ain't going to say sympathy, but she played in the moment and got all this support. But I think people are doing what is faddish right now instead of looking at how the evidence was produced. Even when you go to was relayed, when you go to the first 48 and you watch that, right? Y'all see how niggas will start talking about something one kind of way? When niggas, white people, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, whatever, they'll be saying, oh, this is what happened at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
It don't make no sense to the officers, right? So they tell a little bit more. And then they say, well, if it was that, the piece that you added, then it got to be this. Well, okay, yeah, it was this a little bit. Well, if it was that a little bit, well, then let's run it from the beginning and run it to the end. Like, what is that? And then you eventually get into the truth. And that destroys the credibility of that witness because they're having to pull shit and put shit together. And I feel like that's what Megan did to the public. And then I feel like people thought it was fat. It was the fad. It was the in thing to do. It was the prudent thing to do, to jump on, say her name, Black woman and Black girl magic and all that stuff like that, and say, I'm just going to blindly support this lady who keeps changing her story, keeps adding on to it. I'm just going to blindly support that she's like, oh, anytime police come with Black people, they're going to die. So now you're going to now you're putting out here Meg Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summers, and sucking Hennessy through your nose. And now you're saying Black folks, every time you encounter a fucking police, they're going to kill you?
Yeah, that's what I feel like she was trying to put out there. And that's not true. That's not the truth. That's just not true. Mm-hmm. Oh, just because he had a gun, that's just not true. And people was telling me, oh, you don't support Black Lives Matter. I do support Black Lives Matter, but when you do wrong, you should go to jail, right? And how are you going to spare him, but you don't want everybody else to spare him?
Well, my thing is, if you spared him on the spot, spare him on IG Live. If you spared him on the spot, spare him on IG Live. Why is you talking?
Somebody was playing, but look, I feel sorry that whatever happened to her, I feel bad for her, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think that her and Torey are trying to capitalize off the situation. It just is working more in her favor because she was the victim.
Let's talk about these people who coming up talking about Megan be abusing Torey and abused other niggas and stuff like that.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about Megan like that. She's from where I'm from, but I really don't know. Look.
Listen, Megan got an ex-boyfriend saying that she was abusive. She got a hairstylist saying that they didn't see her be abusive to Torey. We saw in the pool where she was like, "Nigga, get your fuck ass on," basically, okay? And now people are trying to say, well, she kind of like been fronting and stunning on niggas and was fronting and stunning on Torey, which probably added to the fire. I don't believe that. I don't believe you got to shoot me because I'm talking shit, okay? I don't believe that. I do believe that she may have a little mouth on her. I do believe that she may even stunt on niggas. But all of that is a bunch of whining and talking that to me does not equate to gunplay needing to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen how she handles Torey, but I don't think gunplay need to be involved with that. And what do y'all feel? Okay, side note, let's get off of this because the drink got me sounding a little crazy too. Let me tell you this. What about the fact how he tried to uplift Kylie in that voice and said she was looking like an angel, but Meg excites him, so he had to leave Kylie to see why Meg was popping off at the mouth and pissed off because Meg had peeped that he was into Kylie.
I think that's his truth. I'm from Houston, but I think that's his truth, right? If he was, I think that a lot of times people can be attracted to somebody else. That doesn't mean that they're down talking the Black woman, right? He was there. He was with Megan. They were together. They was going together, and he was there. And Kylie was attractive, and he was flirting. right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that he was trying to uplift her and down Megan. I just think that he was attracted to Kylie, right?
I'm talking about. So you ain't heard the voice. You ain't heard the verse in the song
He
where
said
he
she
did.
looked like an angel.
Huh?
He said that she looked like an angel and
Right.
that she enticed him. But if he would have known that everything,
What's gonna transpire?
if he would have known everything was going to transpire, he would have just left with her or something, he said.
So you mean to tell me that only if you would have known that all this shit was gonna happen, would you have left the white woman alone? No, fuck you.
But we can't say white woman, right? Because she happened to be a white woman, but any man could have been in that position where they would have cheated, right? If I would have known that me cheating would have caused my wife to, break up with me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have cheated, right?
First of all, you already knew that if you standing up in the pool with the bitch, grinning and skinning in her face, and I'm sitting up there, that it's gonna be
that word.
Like, what do you mean if he would have knew? You been knew, dog.
Especially with her invite. I think that he was saying like, okay, we could have handled, a little argument or whatever. He could have got his way out of there. But if he would have known that all of this would have happened that resulted in her being shot, right? And all of this going on, he would have moved differently that night.
Nah. I don't like that. That's a bunch of bullshit. I don't know if you can identify with it because you're a man. That's some bullshit though, Andrew.
Well, I can't take what you're saying, but I don't think that he's uplifting Kylie, right? I don't think that he's uplifting Kylie in any way. I think that could have been any woman that he would have been talking about. But I think because she's Kylie, because she's not a black woman, everybody's going to take it another way.
Right.
But it could have been any woman.
And before you added that lyric to your song, you should have realized she was a white woman. So cut the lyric, boo. Okay, because I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? I'll slice that neck behind that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just bullshit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody keeps giving this nigga these excuses and stuff like that.
I'm not trying to, though. I'm not trying to give him excuses, but I do think that I don't want to say that. I think that off the heels of
India says Kylie's an angel, but Megan is a big bad wolf, and you added that to the song. What kind of shit is that?
He didn't call her a big bad wolf, India.
Yeah, he said she was over there, and he even did her voice in the thing. Did you hear it? He did her voice all like, motherfucker, he did
you got me fucked up, or blah blah blah. Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
She was embarrassed.
Go ahead.
She was clowning him. Like, I brought you over here and you gonna play me like that?
Which is real.
I didn't hear the voice, but let's put it in context. So we know historically, we ain't got to take it back historically. We know that black men who are enticed and so attractive to white men, women, and European women, exotic women, they are calling them angels and all these uplifting words. But when it comes to the black woman, though, she aggressive, or she's this or this, she got a lot of attitude or stuff like that. So I haven't listened to the verse, but just the context of what I'm listening to, that alone will get you sliced, like C said, because see now in the terms of say her name and a strong black woman, now you're making it seem as like as you are the victim. Now you're trying to flip it. It's like, oh well, she was talking to me like this, so I ain't had no choice but to shoot her. No, that is not gonna fly.
Right. Like, so, and then you're gonna have the audacity. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I forgot I wish I would remember who posted this on Facebook. They said one thing a nigga gonna always have is audacity. You know, like, you gonna have the audacity to sit up here and make a song and say that she was looking like an angel, but I excite you, and I was acting like a fool, so you had to leave the angel alone. I was acting a fool because I had peeped how you was in her face, so you had to leave the angel alone. What is that? Like, it's crazy.
I think,
and second of all, none of y'all little silly ass, stupid ass fuck niggas that call yourself black men, excuse my French, why y'all are so enticed about these Kardashians, Jenners and shit? Don't y'all see Kanye West going all crazy and spazzing out and shit. Don't y'all see what's his name? The basketball player. He was addicted to drugs and porn and all this
Lamar
shit.
Odom.
Some needs to add up saying these women is not right. They is turning these black men out, and I'm not talking about sexually. They are making these black men go crazy to where they have turned against what Kanye example turned against their own race and just did some some old F boy stuff, and y'all still want to uplift and still praising these women. Because listen, so I'm not just going off on them. I just see. I would like for I'm gonna send it to your email right quick. I just sent this thing on Twitter yesterday. They were going around asking black men which would they prefer, white women or black women, and they kept saying, "Oh, white women because they don't give you no attitude. They sex is the bomb. They head is the bomb. This that. Black women got attitude. White women let you do anything they want to. Black women they so this don't have to do with then. You know what I'm saying? This not just for the Kardashians and Jenners, but I'm just saying. See, never mind.
Chelsea, you silly.
Okay, because I'm like,
Oh, Chelsea just like,
So I'm just saying, he's crazy. Because
I feel like
these Jenners and Kardashians are so disbombed that you gotta sit there and downgrade this black woman, because she played in your face and that. Okay, so then you need to be like, this ain't working out because I don't like that you talking to me all crazy and stuff. I'm not talking to you like that, but. Oh, she an angel? I don't see nothing about her that make her an angel because she's still from black people. The whole makeup line she installed for black people. Oh, but she's an angel though. Okay, when you get your fuck ass over there and you get the spazzing out like Kanye West, don't come back to the black woman.
India E says my timeline went from protect black women to dissing black women in 24 hours, and that's how social media is. It flip flops like within the batting of your eye. You know
but who dissed Megan though? Who dissed Megan? Who I think that people are.
I feel like Megan dissed herself.
I think that when people want to hear, I think that it seems to me, and I don't want to say all black women. I'm just going to say that people. It seems to me that people don't want to hear Torey's side at all. Like she said, you shot her. Just shut up, right? It's like it's a diss to Megan that people want to actually hear his side of the story, right? And now it's a diss to Megan that we're saying, okay, let's see. So she say she shot him. He say he didn't. Which one are we gonna believe, right? Is we supposed to automatically believe what she said, right? But I don't think that's dissing her.
I don't think it's dissing her either. I think it's giving respect to both sides, but that we hear what he has to say. But I don't think that the way he told his side was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never go buy his album. I don't want to hear all that shit. Now, I'm looking at third party people to see what the fuck he just said. But I'm not finna go buy shit. You know what I'm saying? Download a damn thing because I feel like you were less than integrous in that shit. You know
half of the money that he's making off the album is gonna go to Breonna Taylor.
That's another thing. That just grind my gears.
I can't believe that shit. Did he really say that?
Yeah, let me read it to you.
That grinds my gears. Please, first of all, now because you done made this fuck ass album, now you done got your ass roasted on social media because people are not feeling you and they roasting your ass. Now you want to come back and say, "Oh, that half of the proceeds go to Breonna Taylor." Do not align yourself with Breonna Taylor, because if you wanted to honor Breonna Taylor so much, you want to put out that album. You should have. You see the hype around the case. You see how people are feeling, expressing themselves about Breonna Taylor. Either way it go, you should not put the album out. Now you want to say, oh well, if you stream my album, download my album, which trickles into sales. oh, it'll go. No. Don't do that. And
I
that
didn't
goes,
even know he
and that
did
and that
that.
will go, and I would say that about Megan too. That's not a double standard. I would say that to both of them. Do not use this black woman that died tragically by gunshots on the hands of the police to make your celebrity whatever you got going on more famous because you're putting her name in it. That's not right, and that's taking advantage of the situation at hand.
Hey, India, I
Because you
don't
know
think.
what, she is dead and you're still alive, and you're trying to make money. She didn't have that choice. Bye. I'm sorry.
Hey, India, I don't think that we're blaming. I'm just saying after the fact I'm not saying whatever happened to Megan, she caused it to happen to her. What I'm trying to say is that I think that what she did afterwards is questionable to me. It's not that she got shot or whatever happened before. I'm just saying how she handled it afterwards was questionable to me. I'm not saying that she caused anything or trying to blame anything on her. I'm just saying I have questions about what actually happened
And you have questions
and
because of
where
the
the
way that
bullet
she brought
came
the shit
from.
out.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to blame her or anything, India.
Me either. And like I said, we only got questions because of the knick-knack paddywhack way that she brought all the information out or
Because
brought her
to
side of it.
me, if he pulled the trigger or even if he shot at the ground and the stuff went into her ankle or whatever, he still should be held accountable.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Me too.
If he shot the gun and hit her, and or if he shot the gun and it hit the ground and the fragments hit her, he should be going to jail. Period.
Let's just say Olivia from SVU. If this was a case in front of Olivia, I believe that Olivia would be doing the same thing. And I've seen her do it before.
Do
So
what?
it huh?
The he did what?
I'm saying if this was Olivia was on this case right here, she would have questions about Meg's story. We're not picking her apart. We just are essentially saying that something in the water is not clean, and that both of them are benefit off of this story. And
But him.
me as a victim, we're saying that she was a victim. We're just saying if this was if this was a regular person, if these two people were not known and this happened, the same pick does not pick apart, but the same would apply. If you're really a victim, we need to know all the facts right off, because once you get in front of that jury and they the other side has laid out all their facts, and then the jury looking at you like, that really didn't happen. You're not a victim. We just want the truth. But like anyway, this is taking up too much of my time. Either way, I'm sorry that happened to her. They both just need to let it play out and stop going back on the internet and blah blah blah.
And honestly, I don't give a fuck about this whole situation because
Mhm.
both of y'all have played in my face. Both of y'all have not handled this swiftly nor professionally. And so fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let the white man tell me what happened and let the white people decide you guys fate. That's just what you did. You know, that's how both of y'all played out. Y'all too fucking social media pressed, and I'm through with it. Now, Andrew Gillem. So Andrew Gillem is the man who ran for governor last year and lost by the hair on his chinny chin chin. He was found earlier this year around early COVID time, face down, ass up in his own
Vomit.
vomit. Okay, with another nigga to the side of him, another man to the side of him, um, overdosed uh,
Two.
in a hotel in Miami.
It was two
He
niggas,
did,
Chelsea.
huh?
He was found with two men,
Two men, two gay men, two known gay men. One was
escorts.
a escort, yeah. One was a doctor, and he went into hiding after this horrible ordeal, embarrassing ordeal. He went into hiding because these men were gay, and he was booty up, naked, and everything like that. So it was very embarrassing. He came out last week before last or whatever with Tamron Hall and his wife. So him and his wife went and did an interview at Tamron Hall's show where he is addressing the situation that happened and where he's been and woo. So in some of the highlights of the show is that he came out as being not gay, but bisexual. He also disclosed, him and his wife, that the wife had been known before they even got married and that she was okay with it as it was a covenant between him and her that he's bisexual and she's accepting of it because he wants to be with her and they're, and they end up having 3 kids and have a family with her. That's what they say. He says that after the horrendous loss and embarrassing hair on his chin loss of the gubernatorial race in Florida in 2019, I believe, that he took drinking and he got so bad at drinking that he became a lush and a drunk, and he was just really going through. His wife had peeped his decline and was really worried about him, but they hadn't really sought actual help. You know what I'm saying? And the weekend that he got caught up in this situation, him and his wife was down for a friend's wedding, and they had left each other at some point, and he went to meet this guy, one of the guys that he ended up overdosing. He says that he had met the man at a bar and they were just friends and he just wanted to go and drink and kick it. What up though? And he basically said that he called the guy and said, "Hey, what's up? What you getting into?" He leaves his wife at their hotel and he goes over to wherever he went and ended up in a hotel room with the man and another man, and one of them overdosed. The other one called the police, and Andrew was throwing up some kind of alcohol poisoning and face down in his own vomit. Now, what we need to know, hold up. I'm sorry. What we need to know is this. What we're looking at is this. My Negro, you mean to tell me?
First, let's start here. Do
Okay.
you believe that woman? You believe that woman knew?
I do not believe his wife knew shit about no bisexuality at all. I believe that she's covering up to save face. And the reason why I believe that is because she said that every family or every marriage has a covenant. I do believe that. But that she was okay with the bisexuality as long as did nobody else know. She did not want to deal with it. She said even if she would have known that it was going to come out, she probably would have never married him. That all translates to me, and this is my goddamn opinion, that you ain't even know. That this is you covering up and trying to be politically correct now and trying to save face at this point. But my thing is this. It's a lot of things people will do for money. But mayor money, no bitch. Okay? Mayor money is just not enough for me to think that you sucking dingling and taking dingling up the butt and giving your dingling up the butt and still be with you. I don't even know what level of money would even be okay with me. I don't think that no level of money would I be okay with that. You see what I'm saying? Because I want a heterosexual man. I have one. But I'm saying as my husband and everything, I want a heterosexual man. Mm-hmm. So I just don't know. I ain't even had the thought of what would be having to give to me to take a man that's bisexual or homosexual. So I'm just like, girl, you are looking to have sold yourself short. But she do got a Michelle Obama mouth, okay? Her mouth a little different, and a little homely body. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not gonna say she reeked insecurity, but she reeked lies. And I felt like her and her husband was playing in Tamron's face, and Tamron was enjoying it, and they were playing in our faces, and I'm pissed about it. Okay? Like, don't come out trying to talk unless you gonna talk about the real and keep it real. Nigga, you got caught up. Your wife is thoroughly embarrassed, and y'all trying to play whatever game it is right now to make people, like he says, Tamron was doing the game too, which kind of pissed me off too. You trying to play whatever game it is necessary to hook yourself to a certain crowd and be accepted. All right, what y'all got to say?
Go ahead, Mimi.
Yes, enchanting tigress.
Andrew, you go ahead first. I'm doing a quiz. Go ahead, and then I'm gonna come after you.
Okay, I'm with what enchanting tigress said, that Andrew should have told everyone he was bisexual from the beginning. I believe so too. If he was really bisexual and your wife already knew, and woo woo woo, and it was all good, like, what was wrong with you claiming LGBT? Well, people gonna say, well, you know, the black community ain't with that shit. You know, they down in Florida with all the gang of racists and things like that, and backwoods people. They wouldn't have been with no LGBT stuff. I
don't think that man is bisexual, right? I think I don't think that he's bisexual.
Okay, why not?
I think that he's gay because I think that he's gay. A lot of times, I know so many men that claim they bisexual and ain't had no pussy and never, but they will still claim that they bisexual because it's better to say that you like dick too than to say that you like dick only, right? Okay. If you say that I like both, that's more acceptable than you just liking just dick, right? So I believe that he's gay, but that bisexuality is the last leg for him to stand on, right? Even if he was bisexual, you still had no business in that hotel room with no men.
Wait, this is my thing, and I said that when I first did the first report on Andrew Gillem. Andrew Gillem is a cheater. Period. He can be bisexual, homosexual, quadsexual, whatever. All the shit after that. Andrew Gillem is a drunkard and a cheater. The fact that he was in a hotel with someone else butt naked, whether be it a woman or be it a man, he is a fucking cheater and a liar, heartbreaker, all that. Okay. And for him not addressing not being man enough to address the fact that you are butt naked in a hotel, implying you can be butt naked and nothing happened, but for the most part, you get butt naked, either something was gonna happen or you put yourself in a position for something to happen. Either way, you didn't fucked up. And I feel like he didn't take whole responsibility at all. He didn't take any responsibility at all. He actually tried to compel the audience that he was a victim. And I thought that was sickening. And I hope other people saw right through that.
Do you think he has a chance? Okay, so I do believe that he was gay. I don't believe there are women out there that knows that a man is gay and will still talk to him, right? You probably won't, but there are women out there that clearly know that men are gay and they will still talk to them, right? For example, there's nothing that nobody can say to me to make me believe that Lisa Ray didn't know that Al Sharpton was gay, right? She didn't know. The lady who did Wait Until You Exhale, her man
Al Sharpton was gay. I don't know about that one.
Oh yeah, the lady who did Waiting to Exhale. You clearly knew that her ex husband was gay, right?
Mhm.
But he was young. A lot of women will, and I think that it's more of a self esteem thing, right? Most of the women who are with gay men that are clearly gay is because they feel like no man will talk to them, right? So they're just happy to get some attention. I feel
Mm.
like, but I believe that I don't know if I believe that she knew that he was gay. Well, I do believe that. I don't know. I'm kind of talking in circles. I believe that she thought that she knew that he was gay, and she probably. I mean, it's crazy to think that because they probably was gay, and she probably was doing her thing, and he was doing his thing. But they have kids. They have 3 kids. I want to say they got a set of twins, and then they have a single child.
I
So
don't
they
think they
have
were
three
doing that
children.
thing against each other because how did her shit keep low? You know what I'm saying?
Because she was probably careful. She wasn't in the hotel room getting high fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
I think this was a complete shock to this woman.
Do you think that he
Wait, wait,
still
wait, wait, wait. I believe this incident was a complete shock to him, but I think she knew that something was different about his sexual tendencies.
do you think that he has a chance of being a governor now?
I don't think that he has a chance of being a governor. I think he might have a chance of being in the House or something like that. I don't think if he stays in Florida that he will get any love or respect being part of the LGBT community. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying Florida is Southern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he actually did like whatever people thought of him before, because I remember when he was running, like people were all in love and engulfed in him. And that fall that he did was so, and it wasn't even the act of maybe he did something homosexual or bisexual. It was the complete facade that he showed is what I think will be very hard for him to gain trust in Floridians again.
Mm-mm. Okay.
And on top of that, I do believe that when she was talking about, oh, every couple has a covenant, and um, it's up to them to decide what it is, and that sexuality is on a spectrum. Now, y'all know I don't believe that, okay? But I believe that they came up with some cold-blooded shit to come talk about. And what's so crazy is they didn't really give us much. Do y'all think they really gave us much? They really could have kept this interview until they was ready to put more meat into it, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Because she looked like the standard ride or die. I'm by my man's side. Stand by your man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When he obviously disrespected you.
You think so?
Yeah. You don't think he would disrespect her? Even if she knew, I think he disrespected her.
Yeah.
Because he did what he did to the point to where it became public.
Mm-hmm. Not only did he come home.
Oh, India said, I think she knew and is a beard, but it would have sound crazy to admit it. Uh-huh. He ain't never been no congressman. He not even
Yeah,
an
like what
LGBT.
Miss Yellowhawk said. She said he's not even an LGBTQ member. Download doesn't qualify. He got caught, and that's the only reason why he admitted he was bi. And like I said, I don't believe that he was bi. Well, I guess he is down low. That man is gay, right? That man ain't no bi. Yeah, he can stand on that bi because he got children, right?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I wonder how that conversation gonna go with his kids.
But you said, I remember you said when this first came out, you said that you would stay married to him. Do you still feel the same way?
Well, if I was a girl, still stay married to him right now.
Yeah, yeah. You said that you said that you would make him sit in that shit. Like you don't got married. We up here had these kids. You gonna stay here. We're gonna be together and we're gonna raise these kids. You said you letting him go would be too easy.
Yeah. And I'm not getting caught up with no kids and single again. No. That's not happening.
Well, how you gonna make him? How you gonna make him stay?
He gotta stay. Well, I would say, okay, you done did this. Now we gonna stay in this shit and raise his kids. If he ain't with it, then he need to take his kids with him.
Oh wow.
I'm not getting left with no kids again, period. And I mean that. That's real talk. I wouldn't even want the kids to go through that with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of kids and speaking of marriages, did y'all know that Mike Hill came out with his book? And it sounds interesting. I really want you and your man to read it because I really want y'all perspective since y'all in a relationship. Because he's been through a lot of trauma, but I still feel like I still the conversation that he had about what was the conversation about? Something about he didn't love anybody until he found Cynthia. He explains that in his book that he was 15 and the girl that he was dating didn't tell him she loved him. So he didn't love anybody. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to read the book.
Who you talking about, Mike Hill? Okay, I didn't hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
Cynthia husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're about to get married. I feel bad, Chelsea.
Huh?
My best friend was getting. I feel bad. My best friend is getting married this weekend, and I couldn't. I mean, it's just too much going. Well, they decided to get married at the last minute, right? And it's just so much stuff going on. But he gave us the option to Zoom it, so that's what I'm going to do.
Aww. Did y'all see that story in the news? Oh well, it's not. It wasn't in the news, but where this couple was having a wedding, and they put out a menu, and it had a list of options for people who did not have that much money. So they had a top tier categories of however much money you were going to give. That is what that is what you was going to eat. So the top tier will be eating like how you say it, filet mignon and all that other stuff. And then according to like what you gave, or because I guess they based it on how much the plates were or whatnot. I ain't never been to no wedding, so y'all excuse me. So people were saying that was tacky, and I'm asking this question to UNC because I know we had that big old argument about the open bar. I mean what was it? What Candace had? What bar did she the cash bar? So would you do that at your wedding?
A cash bar?
No, not the cash bar. The menu is how much ever money, like if you don't have this amount of money, you only can eat like chicken, and then the next level of the financial money that you have, you can eat something expensive.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna try to find. I'm gonna try to find that story because I ain't never been to no wedding, so I can't really say how they came up with the menu and how much money you gave. That's what you ate.
I've been to a wedding before, but everybody ate the same thing.
That's where people were saying that was like, why would you make your guests like choose this food because they don't have another, they're not financially stable, so they're gonna eat chicken nuggets and fries and everybody else is eating baked salmon and
Mm-hmm. Chelsea.
Did she go to sleep?
Chelsea,
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
are you
I thought
asleep?
you was asleep.
No, I was listening.
Oh,
Oh, I had asked you what you had thought about that.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that part. Okay, I did
Yeah.
doze a little bit. I'm sorry.
Good night, girl.
No,
Bye.
don't go. You always do that, Mimi. I'm up now. Like my eyes are wide
Cause you'll
both
be
open.
sleep. You'll be sleep, and so we want you to get your sleep, honey.
yeah, it's
Wait,
okay.
Mimi,
Leave my
I'm
brother go to
wide
sleep.
both open. What'd you say? My eyes are wide
Oh,
open.
okay. I was saying, watch this, Andrew. I was saying there was, I guess it was trending on Twitter or something, that this couple put out a menu according to how much ever the person was gonna give them according to that. So I guess when you go to a wedding, you pay for the plate. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, they play the actual couple plays per plate per head.
Okay, yeah, so they had a menu put out. They had probably about three menus put out according to how much money you were gonna pay for the plate. So like if you only had $100, you'll be eating chicken nuggets and fries. So if this other person had $1,000, they'll be eating grilled steak and potatoes with pineapples, and then know what I'm saying. So I wanted to know, would you do that? Because I know you didn't have a problem with the cash bar.
No, I would not make nobody pay for their food at my wedding. No.
Okay, that is what I was asking, because I was like, I ain't never been to no wedding, but I thought people ate the same. When I saw 4 weddings on what that is TLC, I think everybody was eating the same thing unless it was a buffet.
Chelsea, before we leave, I wanted to talk about Potomac because we didn't get to talk about it the
Oh
other day when we didn't get
yes,
to call in.
yes.
Okay, what's up?
You are absolutely right, right? I'm Team Candace. I'm Team Candace, but you are absolutely right. That twirling and stuff will get your ass whooped. But I know that
Exactly.
it's not right.
Stop.
I know
Stop.
that it's not right. But I'm the type of person we could only talk for so long and you could only do so much to try to bait me in and we there. But I'm not on TV though, right? But yeah, that twirling and
But
stuff will get
Andrew,
your
come
ass
on
beat.
now,
And that
come
look,
on.
and
So
how she was doing her face and her little smirk and all that. Stomp.
okay,
Period.
okay, come on. She was not twirling in her face. They were divided between a table. And
Yeah.
yes, I thought the theatrics was a little too much, but I was laughing too. I mean, when Kenya does it on Atlanta, everybody like, oh, she got Portia together. Kenya does all the dramatics all the time. She brings all the props out and stuff.
No. The way
Um,
that Candace was smirking and doing all that turning and then come back and saying yes, girl, and this, and it was she the one who started off saying,
but
yeah,
no,
Candace started off. It was the white.
it was
Was
Ashley that started
Ashley
it, and then
started
she
off
ran
there?
away to the
Y'all okay?
bathroom
But
when she got the
Candace
next
started
voice.
it off between her and Monique saying, "Well, if people cancel, then they just cancel." Bitch, I'll stomp you for canceling.
Okay, but excuse me,
I'm
why
not
would I come to
participating
your
in your event.
podcast?
If you
Thank
first
you.
of all, let's get back to let's start. First of all, Wendy, don't take shit out of my hand because the last 2 times I've been around this bitch, she been trying to blow up on me, right? So if I got a knife in my hand and I cut the bitch, right? But I'm not gonna touch her if she don't get the fucking with me first, right? So don't take nothing out of my hand. But why would I show up to your event if every time I'm around you, you blowing up on me? Every time.
That's what I was saying. Now, y'all literally, I don't know what the timeline was this for real life, but y'all literally just had an argument at your lake house. You were calling her selfish and this and that, and you was telling her to stay out of marriages, and she was talking to you civilly, saying, I didn't give you a heads up because I didn't, this was between me and Ashley. Granted that I put Giselle in it, which I really wish she should have just handled that whole thing by herself. But since she did, it was between those three. I'm not going to give you a heads up. I done told you I was sorry. about not, us not participating right off on your thing, and you still have an attitude. Now I walked away from your lake house. You pretended like you was asleep, and then she even, oh well, I don't know what she talking about. Girl, sleep, girl. You was pretending. You
Yeah.
were pretending. I saw that she retweeted the photo out of her pretending to be asleep last week before the episode aired. So I know she knew what she was talking about. And you really think I'm going to come to your podcast, something that you think I'm going to help you make money when it's not benefiting me, and you just, you know what I'm saying? No, it don't go down like that in the real world. And for Monique to be so hood, I don't understand why she didn't take her off the flyer to begin with whenever this stuff was going down. Y'all know that y'all really wasn't in this place. And then for Monique said in her own life, she knew what had happened over the summer, but you still wanted her to be a part of the podcast. What sense does that make? But that's just me.
Go ahead, Chelsea.
She's
Chelsea. Oh.
What?
All right, Chelsea. We'll
Y'all know when we start getting to 3 hours, I'll be fucked up, child. I'm tired.
All right, y'all. This was Cmeantit channel, and me and Andrew was the guest, and we are gonna sign off. And so, bye, you
for coming online.
and Bonafides, honey, and we gonna say hallelujah and salute.
Okay, thank you for bringing it on home, Mimi. Yes, honey. I'm sorry, I'm toe up and I'm tired, but we had a great conversation. We will do this again. We can come and talk Potomac tomorrow, probably in the afternoon, because I'm cooking salad for dinner for our family. Salad, yeah, I'm doing a salad, honey. Yeah, so I could come and talk with y'all then. But when they get to the 3 hour mark, I'm about toe up. I'm tired.
Andrew, I hope you know I waited till you got on, because I really love being on this thing with you. Cause
I love y'all being my host.
So I really be waiting. I'll be like, is he gonna get on? Because I'm gonna get on then.
Well, sometimes I don't be catching.
Do y'all know who that Tic Tac person was? TikTok.
Yeah, your boyfriend. You ain't slick.
I picked it right up. I showed it. I said, oh, that's her boyfriend. But I ain't saying that. I said, I'm gonna let that rock.
Yeah, what y'all knew by his voice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It don't take me about hearing a person's voice about probably about two or three good times, and I know their voice. So I was like,
Y'all can debate with him and he come back on again. Shit.
Actually, I wouldn't really debate. I mean, I liked the sentiments that he brought. So I mean, it was cool.
We thought he was gonna get roasted. Well, he really didn't. I don't think he finished everything he wanted to say. He had to get off the phone. But we thought he was gonna get roasted for some of them sentiments. But yeah,
no.
Why would we roast? Everybody has an opinion, and we can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
true.
Child, we ain't like these other channels, honey. We let you speak. Well, this ain't my channel, but as a moderator, I try to let you speak your piece.
I hear you. Okay, so next time I'm gonna have to we're gonna cut it at 2, I think, at 2 hours, y'all. I think the Meg Thee Stallion went long.
Yeah, it did. For no apparent reason, but
For no apparent reason, because I don't give a damn about it at all.
So. Me neither.
Listen, I try not to put myself in predicaments that I'm saying. Sometimes I can't help predicaments that I get myself in, but I try not to get to nothing. If I see, I'm going the other way, because, honey, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, all right, y'all.
Well, listen, y'all. Give me something to eat. I love my co-host. My two co-hosts. What were you saying, Andrew?
Oh no, I'm saying I'm just about to go get me something to eat.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a nice weekend.
Bye, you too. Yes, y'all have a good weekend. Y'all might catch me sometime.
Okay.
Please remember to vote. If y'all have early voting, please vote.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
I was acting all gushy when he came on India East, and she knew it was him. because how I was talking whenever he came on. I
And
thought I was
you know
talking.
what? And you wasn't
Yeah, I thought we was
and you
watching.
wasn't debating with him because
I
you
thought
know
I-
everybody else she'll get together, but like, hold on, let me tell you why you want.
I thought I was listening to Girl Six.
Oh my gosh, here y'all go. Oh my god.
Bye, y'all.
All
All
right,
right,
bye
y'all.
everybody. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.